Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, happy Friday. How are you guys? How are you guys? So, who do we have here in the chat tonight? We have Simply Taisha. She was the first one in here. Thank you, Taisha. She says, Happy Friday, Dee and Divalicious fam. Looking forward to it. Yes, yes, yes. We have a great topic. I'm excited to talk about it too. Looking forward to the conversation. Hello, GOP1 Weight Reset with Anissa. Anissa, also, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. Bill says, Happy Friday, DD, Taisha, and friends. Hello, hello. We have Devin. Devin says, What is the soft life? Well, don't tell us in the chat yet. Let's see if people know what it is themselves. Deepalicious, there she is. Hey, Lakeisha, how are you? And she's saying hello to everybody. Hello, Carol. She said it's good. It's morning time in Australia. Hello, welcome. Geez, Louise, what a time difference that is. Mindy says, hey, 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 Mindy, hey, Sid, how are you? Hello, hello. Who else do we have in the chat? We have DJ Meyer. Love that name. Yo, 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 new here. Hello, hello, welcome. All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about the soft life, the soft life. And you know what? I said, on a Friday, I like to spice it up just a tad bit. And I said, let me put on a hat that looks like like I'm going somewhere and doing something, even though I'm just coming here to talk to you guys. So we're going to talk about the soft life. So if you saw that title, Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey, how are you? You know what? Thank you so much about the hat. I was sent this hat from Beverly, one of the subscribers. She hooked me right up. She was insistent on sending me this hat, and I'm glad she did because I just love it. If I were out somewhere, I would really tip this baby a little bit more to the side, but so you guys can see my eyes. I'm not gonna sport it like I normally would. I'm not gonna rock it like I normally would rock it. But yes. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. So we're going to be discussing, and this is just not plus size, because this is a weight loss channel. I put the word plus size in there because that's like supposed to be helping the algorithm, YouTube. But this is any woman. Can any woman, and especially plus size, we got a little special challenge, I think, that could be going along with this, because a lot of plus size women aren't really, and I won't say a lot, a good amount of us can have more insecurities than the average woman, right? We can have a little bit more insecurities because of the size of our bodies. And we know some slim and trim people have those same insecurities, right? They don't, I don't really know a woman that 100% loves everything about her body and how she looks. So if you're one of those people in the chat, let us know the secret, because I would love to know that. So we're going to be talking about, can we really live the soft life? So of course, the question is, what is a soft life? So if you haven't Googled it yet, I want to ask you, what do you think the soft life is? Now, Devin, don't participate because you told me you were going to Google it. We don't want Google. We want just what you think the soft life means to you. Now, let me just tell you what we're going to talk about. So this will help the discussion. We're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the meaning of the soft life in general. Then we're going to talk about the meaning of the soft life in relationship to dating. I hope I don't lose some subscribers there. Then we're going to have a little game time fun with that. And then the fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to share our relationship values list. So if you want to come on here on live with me and share yours, I'm prepared to share mine. My list of things that I'm going to be looking for. And and it kind of goes along with the soft life, I think, in a way too, because what you're looking for should be aligned with kind of how you're moving. And, and if you are married, if you looked at my post, I want to also include married people, because I want to know what are some great qualities about your spouse that, you love. Like, what do you love about your spouse? Because I bet you some of those qualities are on my list of relationship values, right? So, and I'm going to share a little bit more about my little dating life, stuff that I probably haven't shared Um, so yeah, so that's my plan for tonight. So are you guys telling me in the chat, what do you think the soft life means? What do you think the soft life means? What do you think? Write your answer in the chat. If you Googled it, don't tell us. You cannot stop singing that. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Oh, yes, when it comes to the dating. Yes, yes, yes. But you know what? When it comes to dating, confidence is king. Confidence is king. I don't care what size you are. You got to have that confidence. So we have some people. Okay, so Lakeisha says the soft life means self-care, lifestyle changes. Okay, very good, very good. Being non-apologetic, dating with standards, self-care, and luxury, plus creating boundaries. And when you say luxury, what do you mean by luxury, Mel? Emotionally intelligent, patient, sentimental. Hey, Jen, how are you, Jen T? We're used to seeing a Jen F. Now we got a Jen T. I love it. Welcome. I don't know what the soft life means, but I'm down for it because a hard because a hard life does not sound appealing to me. Taisha, I love that. I'm gonna give you some confetti because I will take it too. Love it, love it, love it. Very good, very good. Okay, okay. Hey, I Googled it, but I thought it meant being taken care of and not having to struggle. Where's my sugar daddy at? He's right in your kitchen, probably cooking you some meals, Mindy. Dolores, hello. How are you? Oh, not Dolores, Doris. I had my mom had a friend growing up named Dolores. Oh gosh, I just loved her. Very good. So we have a Doris in the house. Hey, Doris in the house. You says I mean splurging on oneself, no, with no apologies. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So I'm going to tell you, what they say a soft life means. So a soft life means choosing a peaceful, emotionally fulfilling, low stress. I love that. Low stress romantic experience in life, right? So you're basically you're easy breezy lemon squeezy, like I always used to say or like to say. So you're not chasing. Are you guys chasing those guys and girls out there? Are you chasing? You're not over giving. Some people do, like some people are givers to kind of get people to like them, right? So you're kind of over giving, instead of scaling it back. Or you're settling for you're with somebody who you probably are thinking like waking up next to like, why did I choose you? Or why did I let you choose me? So you don't want to settle. You're not settling. And it's about being pursued, right? Being protected and being prioritized. Now, I will say this is something that I might, differ than most people, but I don't believe in women choosing a man. I know that's out there, like, oh, women need to like now approach a man. Women need to go up and approach a man. If I got to approach a man, I won't have one. And that's probably why I don't, right? I won't approach a man. I just won't. I think a man should approach you. I think when they say men are hunters and they kind of seek out what they want, I definitely believe that. And I think we have we're trying to flip the roles, right? And women had to have, a lot of women, we have to step up into those roles. Wait, let me tip my hat to the side. We had to step up to those roles. But I think those gender roles, I think they still kind of have a place now. I don't care what kind of relationship you are. If you're in a relationship where there's not a man and a woman and it's two of the same, even there are roles, maybe not gender roles, you wouldn't call them that, but everybody has their role, right? Just like at a job, just like at church, they got roles in church. Roles are everywhere. So I think that we've kind of gotten away from that. I think telling, women to pursue men. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, 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 ma'am, no, ma'am. I say let the man pursue you. Now, if you're somebody who's done that and it worked out for you, there's never an all or nothing, right? You guys know that's my saying. I never say what I never would do. So I might come here after next week and say I met my man and picked him out. And we're together, who knows? But I don't think so. Like, that'll be a stretch for me. I don't think I'll be doing that. So, but I think if that's something you do, that's fine. So if you're a man and you're watching and you're in the bushes, come on out, but let us know. How do you feel about a woman pursuing you? I think men say they like that because everybody wants to feel flattered. But honestly, do you want a woman that pursues you? Because you know what I think? I think a woman that pursues a man, you flag him down, you flounce by him, whatever you're doing to attract him. That man is going to be insecure about other moves you're making, right? Because he's gonna think if she, came and approached me, she probably can approach the next guy just as easy. So I think men are always thinking that in the back of their head. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So when you are when you're living your soft life, you're basically living your best life. You're resting without guilt, right? You're sleeping, you're getting that sleep in. You're choosing pleasure over pressure. You're not pressure. You're living intentionally, right? You're creating boundaries. Who creates boundaries? You got to create boundaries, and you're having balance, like a life work balance. I think that's important. And you value peace over productivity. So I think that's also important. Valuing peace over your productivity. So basically, you're out there hustling, right? But you're doing it, and you're doing it in an unapologetic way, I should say. So that's kind of what it means when you're just kind of, in your little soft life era. So what we all associate, I think a lot of us with the soft life is dating. So that's what we want to really get into, the dating of it all. So when you talk about the soft life, living the soft life, and that's a huge topic on YouTube. So not now, just wait till you tune off of Downsides and Diva, but you Google that and you will see that's a big thing that people are discussing now, living the soft life. And so a lot of times when I was looking at some of these influencers that were talking about living the soft life, they would say, the first thing they would tell you to do is lose weight. You got to lose weight. You got to be a certain way. Wait, you got to look a certain way. And it just kind of annoyed me. Because I said you can live the soft life. I have lived the soft life, and I've been pretty much what they consider plus size my whole life. I've never been like a slim goody at all. I've always had, now I've had a flat stomach. There are times when I had a flat stomach, not now, but there are times when I had a flat stomach, but I always say all the curves that the girls are paying for, I just, was born with that. So it was my mom, who was a thin lady, but she always had, hips and, at the top, boobies, until, the kids kind of flattened her out. And then, we know gravity eventually takes time, takes a toll on us all. But so, so I think that you can be plus size and, have certain standards and expectations from men, women, anybody. But a lot of people don't think that. Most of these influencers will tell you, you got to slim down, you got to exercise, and they will say the same thing for men. You can't be a chunky man trying to, pull a certain type of woman. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? Let's see. Okay, so we had Teddy. Oh, wait. I'm seeing people are I scrolled down too long. Sorry. Oh, Taisha, that was so funny. Okay, so Mel says she means splurging on oneself. Okay. Mindy, he's right at home with you. Yes, Mindy is living. I would say, Mindy, you're living the soft life. Y'all, I'm the breadwinner. I guess I'm the sugar mama. Okay, but I see. So even if you are the sugar mama, though, I think you still have those gender roles. Like you have your expectations of, what you want, this and that, and you're still living the soft life. I love what you got going on over there. You better keep the women away from that man, honey. No, let a man pursue you. It keeps the home fires burning. I think so too, Jen. I think so too. I think it's okay to be friendly, flirty. Yes, to be friendly, flirty is one thing, but I think to be the initiator of something, I'm telling you, it's the recipe for a disaster for a lot of folks. Now, it might work for you, Mel, and tell me all about it if it does. Teddy, happy Friday, Dee, and everyone viewing. That's a form of approaching without pursuing. Yeah, I think you can. I'm a flirt. What's that song? I don't want to sing his song, but he got some good songs. I'm a flirt. Now I will flirt. but I'm not going to approach. Like, if you want to talk to me, you got to approach me, not just sending me a drink or sending me somebody to tell me something. You got to actually like come up to me and approach me. And if I approach a guy, usually I'm just playing around. I'm not really, I was like, I'll say, say to my friends, I think he's cute. You know how girls, they'll dare you to say something or do something. But usually that's not the person I'm really interested in. Like, if I'm interested, I'm going to really let you pursue me. I disagree. Pursuing is quite different than approaching. Yeah, but what are you approaching him for? Like, to do what? To say hi? I just think if he wants to approach you, he will. And it's like I say, it's nothing wrong with. It's not a right or wrong. It's just a preference. My dad always taught me, don't pursue a man, let him pursue you. So I'm going with the dad advice. And I'm gonna know. That's the thing. If I pursue him, how do I know? Now he might flirt back with me and all that, but how do I really know he's into me? If he comes up to me and approaches me, I know he's interested because he approached me. I guess I want to know that. Like, I want to know that he approached me. And I also don't want him thinking I'm out here approaching guys like that. Because I'm telling you, how you start is how you finish. If he thinks that you're one of those women that's out there pursuing men and approaching men, that's going to cause issues in your relationship. I really believe that. Now, I'm sure it's a lot of people who could prove me wrong, but that's just the way I look at it, and it makes good sense to me. But yeah, it's a lot of women nowadays that approach a man and they will tell you that. I think approaching them and I think flirting is one thing, but I think like you going up to him, making that first conversation, unless you're just doing some kind of trial and error thing where you're just testing out just to, get comfortable with the dating routine, I think that's fine. But I think a serious connection, women are the prize. I'm so sorry. If a guy is in here and you're the prize too, but the woman is the prize. Like that. That's just what I think. Thank you, Davina. How are you? How are you? Bellflower, how are you? Beverly, how are you? How are you? I think you can pursue while letting them think is their idea. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so that's putting a little bit of a twist on it. Look at Mel B getting technical with pursuing versus approaching. Yeah, we got to get Mel on here to explain herself. Happy Friday. I think I saw that. Okay, so what are you guys saying? What does weight and looks have to do with setting boundaries and living with no drama? Yes, and I think people say that because, now let me tell you, I'm just going to be honest. I think a lot of times, I think you can be confident and have some reality going on too, right? A lot of these women who I was looking at, who was talking about the social life, this and that, none of these women were plus size. None of these women were plus size. And I was recently watching the King's Court. I don't know if you guys watched that. It's on Bravo. And on Bravo, none of those King's Court men had plus size women as a choice for them. Now, I watched that show, Ready to Love. That's on BET. And I watch. I love the Ready to Love show, and I can't keep up with it as much as I want to now since I don't even think they're currently in a season. They always have one or two. Notice they have one or two plus size women on there, but for the most part, everybody is slim and trim. Whether they're healthy or not, we don't know. They look what you would associate with healthy. They could not be, right? Because I always say you could look at somebody and their outside looks healthy, maybe their inside is not. So for me, we know that's the stereotype. A lot of, there are men who will say they don't like plus size. A lot of men say they only will date women that are, built like this and that. But a lot of plus size women are in relationships and married. So that's not necessarily always true either. But the stereotype out there is if you're a plus size woman, you have low self-esteem, you're not getting any, interest in you, and you need to slim down, right? And you need to slim down. So that's what we want to talk about tonight. And are you guys feeling that way? And I know some people are married and probably maybe you gained weight while you were married, or maybe you started out, heavy and got married. I don't know. Are people starting out heavy and got married, or how is that working out for the married folks? I thought I was living a soft life, but TikTok says I'm too obese. Yes, they say that. They say, if you are, if you are overweight, you're not, they say you're not going to, you live the soft life because you're not going to attract that, that partner that's going to help you get the soft life. But I'm saying, what if I got the soft life and I'm bringing the soft life, to him too. So in dating, a soft life means you're being, say a little kind of the same thing. You're being peaceful. You're emotionally fulfilled. You have low stress again. You refuse to beg for attention or prove your worth to people. You embrace your feminine energy, right? You got that feminine energy going on. You set clear boundaries about what you want in a relationship, and you walk away when it's, like, I want to say some people accept cheating and some people don't. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm one of those people. If you cheat, it's a wrap. So that's why I've been engaged twice and never married. Because I think a lot of times people see you, and they see you have things together or not. I don't know. And they see you look a certain way, and when you're not married, the stereotype is something's wrong with you. So I'm like 52. I've been engaged twice, never married, and I'm sure. And I probably have some issues, and my issues are trust issues, right? Because when somebody cheats, I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around, and I feel like, I don't know about once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe that, but I do believe that, if you keep putting up with it, he's going to keep doing it, right? Because why would he stop? Like, what would be the motivation for him to stop, or her, because there are women that cheat too. Women cheat, men cheat. So, yeah, so that's why I haven't, and so that because of that, I think I have like this kind of like I'm kind of closed off at times. Like, I've really been closed off in these last 2 to 3 years, just from dating and just trying to get my own self together. But yeah, but I kind of do want to, I also have a daughter because I want to set a good example for her too. So I got some clear boundaries. If you're not up to par, I'm out of here. I've kind of always been like that, but now I think I'm even worse. It says date from a place of wholeness. That's another reason why I haven't dated, because I haven't felt like I was ready to. And it says let yourself be loved in the body you're in now. So are you waiting for love to say, who's waiting in here for love to say, well, I'm going to wait till I lose weight? Is anybody waiting for that? I don't know. All right, Dee, I have a big personality and I can flirt a little bit, but I would never, ever, ever approach a man that I like. I like to be pursued. Yes, 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 yes. I do too. It's a lot. It's a lot of women approaching, and I think that's okay. Delilah, how are you? Dee, love that hat. Yes, this is courtesy of our girl Bev. Look at Bev. Bev, did you remember that sending me this hat? Because I was like, I used to tell her I love your hat. And she's like, I'm gonna send you this hat, Dee. I will give the look, and they don't walk over, then they lose their chance. I like a very assertive, you like very assertive men. Okay, very good, very good. Well, I hope, I have one person that's going to come on here and share their list with me, and I'm going to share my list with you guys. And so I want to know, how is your list? And I guess when you think of the soft life, wait one second, Mel, I'm going to get to that. When we think of the soft life, I kind of always thought of it as like being taken care of, right? Like, being somebody who is taken care of, and living the soft life means you really don't have worries. And it's always kind of been tied to finance, right? Tied to finance. So, yeah. And I think when I'm 50, so when I'm talking, you guys got to think about, I'm 52. So when I'm 52, when you say finances are important, that somebody comes with that, people give you like I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. So, so people kind of associate it with that. And, yeah. And I think at this age, I'm 52, unless you've been divorced and you're starting over, you got to have a good reason for me to be keeping interest if you're not financially secure. Now, if you're a much younger guy, I get it, because you're younger. But if you're somebody that's in my age range, you're 5 years below, up to 5 years higher, and you don't have your financial stability going on, that's a red flag for me. So that's not saying I want to live the soft life. That's just saying you got to be equally yoked with what I'm doing, and or if not more. And I think that's smart. Plus, like I said, I have a daughter too. I'm not 30. I'm no spring chicken. I'm not 40 either. I'm a woman, and so I'm looking for a man that can handle it all. So yeah, my fiance was someone who was staring me down in a lounge, and we were together for years. And I called the wedding off. I think it depends on the man. I do too. You are right. I think it does depend on the man. He was staring you down. Okay. I've been known to wrangle fellas into submission like a cowboy at the rodeo. What? So you approach a man, Joe. You'll go over there and approach him. Or tell us, let us know. Hey, GLP-1, reset with Anissa. How are you? How are you? What do you think about this soft life? Let's see. If that's the case, Dee, I guess I'm living the soft life all by myself. Yeah, for right now. I think it's about confidence. I used to walk around in size 14, 16 like I was Sophia Loren. And I saw that picture of you, that chef picture. You did have the body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Oh my gosh. And so I think your confidence was probably higher than it is now. And it's only natural that I think it would be. Um, but I think you got to stop waiting till I get to such and such size. That's what I guess that's the message. One of the messages I want to get out. I think you got to wait. You can't do that. I think there is soft life, then the internet soft life. Okay, what's the difference between the two? I think I'm living I think I'm living like a soft life, but I feel like I got a pillow up under me. I made it. Hi, everybody. Hey, Journey. How are you? I was chubby when we met, got up to my highest weight ever with him, and he still proposed. Now I'm back down to my mid 30s weight. LOL. So, you got you a good one, because even if you gain weight now, he's going to probably be okay with that, right? Because that's how he met you. And I love that. So, very good, Taisha. We're going to give you some confetti. This is for your husband. Bam! We're giving him some confetti. We love that. And I also want to know from the men, are you the men that are on a weight loss journey, are you dating a plus size woman? Would you date a plus size woman? And plus size in this country is considered 12 and up. Okay, I'm working on my inner me a bit, not my outside. It's my summer of making myself whole and confident. Well, I think that's great. I think if you're putting off being in a relationship until you get that covered, I think that's great. They also say a soft life when you're dating, it's not chasing validation, like having somebody tell you all the time, you look like this, you look like that. You got to have that in order to feel good about yourself. Settling for inconsistent effort. Now, this is one of the things that's going to keep me single. If you guys are getting to know me, so you see I'm consistent, and I like consistency in all things. So I like somebody that said if you say you're going to do something, you do it. If there's a reason why you can't do it, I want to know let me know ahead of time. I just don't like to be left hanging type of thing. And so inconsistency is like a big thing on my list of, I just don't like that. Shrinking yourself to be chosen. So that's kind of like, I think if you're a smart lady, I've seen girls do this time and time again, and they kind of like dumb themselves down to be, with the guy. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We want them to meet you where you're at, or either go above that. Performing or under or over functioning, to deserve love. So we don't want to do any of those things. That's like accept us for who we are. And I guess that's what we want to do in a dating relationship. So let me ask you guys, have you ever felt like you had to change something about yourself to be with your partner? Have you had to change some things about yourself? Or are you just yourself? So Taisha shared her example of being overweight before she met her husband, and gaining weight and losing the weight, and they're still rocking it out, right? He loved her no matter what. Taisha, you used to be the approacher. What would you say? Oh, simply Taisha. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I can imagine you approaching some guy. Okay, okay. That's my issue, Dee Dee, to trust issues as well as because those things in a relationship can mess with your mental. And right now, my peace of mind means the world to me, and I don't want anything messing with it. I know. But we got to take that chance and step out there. I see nothing wrong with a woman desiring to be taken care of by a man. If I'm digging it, it's not going to be for no cause. If I'm digging, it's not going to be for no code. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we got? What do we think about that? Because that's kind of controversial. Jeez, Louise. Now I will tell you guys. So I don't see the guys. Why aren't the guys coming? You guys got to speak up. They're like, "Well, I'm talking about this, Diva." Well, I'm going to tell you guys. I've always my dad was a provider, and I think I've always kind of and now I was thinking about this as I'm making my list out and thinking about it. And I guess I've always dated a guy that was like the provider type. And I was telling, people earlier today, or maybe it was the other day, my first car I got out of high school when I went to college, my boyfriend bought it, right? He actually turned out to be my fiance. But my first car ever, a guy bought that for me. And so, so I've just always had, and I don't think I was looking for that. I've always had a guy who had a great job, who most of them made more money than I did, and just were very generous with it. And I'll give you an example of, my dad would always say, if I gave my dad money for Christmas or like birthdays, he would always give it back. He would try to give it back. Of course, I say, no, no, no. He would stick it in my purse. He would find a way. He'd come over to my house, leave it under, leave it somewhere like under the coaster or something to give it back. He would never accept money from me. And he said he just really never believed in doing that. And so I had to learn how to start buying him actual gifts or giving him a gift card, because he would never accept cash. And even the gift card, sometimes he would try to return. And so I guess it was just kind of instilled in me without really thinking about that. And so most of the guys I dated, I would say, were providers. And I actually, this last guy that I dated, we had an on and off kind of fling. And over some years, he was the only guy I would say dated that wasn't the provider type, but had a really good job, very good with his kids and all of that, but just was not this was not like a provider type. So no surprise that did. So yeah, those are the kind of guys I always just have met and talked to and have been attracted to, and they've been attracted to me in that way. So I kind of think that's important and now, and it wasn't always like on my top 5 list. I think just because how I grew up, right? And then, my stepdad came along, and he is just, every week he would give my mom flowers. He's another one. He's opening up car doors. If you open the door before he gets to it, he gets annoyed. So, and he's just a provider. He's a provider. So I'm used to seeing that. I'm used to being around that. I grew up with that. And so if that's the soft life, I'm living it. So, and I never tied it to my weight, but I do realize, when I got to that 300 plus pounds, the guys that would find me attractive might be a different type of a guy. And it doesn't mean like I wasn't going to have a guy. It's going to be maybe a different type of a guy. Because every guy doesn't want to date a plus size woman, and I don't ever, and every plus size woman doesn't want to date a plus size guy or any guy. I would think it's funny when guys think that they wouldn't choose you. Well, I guess what? I wouldn't choose you either. So I just think that's funny. All right. So yeah, sounds like you got a good man, Taisha. A good man, Savannah. All right. So what are you guys saying in the chat? You said, I don't know what the soft life really means. The soft life means like you're living easy breezy, lemon squeezy. You're not settling. You have high standards. And when it comes to like some of these TikTok influencers, their version of the soft life is basically having a man take care of you. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's a difference between what I just said and having a man take care of you. Because remember, I got my own money. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't want to say it like that, like I'm rolling in the dough, because I'm not. But you know what I'm saying? I have a nice job. Like, I can afford to take care of myself. So, everything I'm doing solo dolo. So if I added somebody to that, we're going to be really balling. So that's what I mean. So that's why I don't consider myself somebody who's only trying to date a guy for things. I think women who don't have a job or don't have their own income, and you just solely looking for a man to take care of you, like that's the soft life. I'm not about that life. And so don't associate me with that. So I don't want people out there saying downsizing diva, she just wants a man. No, I want somebody that has something going on just like I do, right? And so that's what I'm looking for. So that's what I would consider compatible. And I'm 52, and I tell all my friends, when you see me being a fool at 52, this is the time to speak up and stop me. Because I just don't and I have a daughter to have an example for. And and the guy can be like a provider, but he also has to have other things on my list that I'm looking for, that I'll be sharing in a minute here. He has to have other things that that can't have me interested too. Geez Louise, I feel like I'm going to be single for a long time, but that's okay. When that right one come along, I'm gonna be like, Friday, what? Friday night, I got a date. I think it is your confidence and how you carry yourself. I was a size 3 up until menopause. Now I gain weight. Confidence is what I have to work on, down to 170 from 186. So yes, and that's what I think it is. It's that confidence. So, I'm one of those girls. I'm going to step in the room with the size 3, and I'm going to be a size 3 in my head. I'm going to step in there, and, she's going to get looks, but so am I. And so I just think it just depends. Now, as you slim down, you get more looks. I feel like for me, as I'm slimming down, I'm getting more looks. But, I'm kind of at the size that I've been at. So most of my friends know me to be the size I'm at now. Because I have been this weight for a long time. And then, of course, I've been smaller than this too before. So when I get to that, like in the 170s is where I, want a soft land. When I get to that weight, that's going to be back to like how I probably the weight I was in high school. And when I was that weight, I couldn't keep the guys off. I had a lot of, I was one of the hottest things going around, my neighborhood. And so as I've, grown up and gained weight, I just, it's a little different. And, your confidence does get shaken, I think, as you gain weight. Somebody who is used to being a smaller size and getting all kind of attention, and then you blow up and get big. And I mean, I don't mean blow up like become famous, like you blow up and gain weight. There's no way you could tell me that your confidence isn't a little shaken. There's never a never. So there probably are some people, and I want to, you come on this live and tell me about it, because I'd love to ask you some questions. I was never attracted to the loudest, boastful, or boldest dude in the room. I like the handsome, quiet one that sits back and observes and not act thirsty. Yes, me too. Me too. That is attractive. Fall, wet, soft life. Here I come. Fall, well, soft life. Here I come. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. So the soft life is really, do you want, so ladies in here, would you rather have a man that take care of you, or a man that you take care of? Now, let's see who's going to answer that honestly. That's the question. Do you want to have a man that takes care of you? And same thing with the men. Do you want to have a woman that takes care of you, or do you want to have, if you had to choose one or the other? You can't say, oh, don't give me the politically correct answer. I want to know the truth. Don't make yourself small or dim your shine ever. I agree with that. And I think a lot of us do that. Why do we do that? I don't know. I'm curious about what these men think in the chat. They disappeared on this mail to the B. They disappeared. Come on out. Come out. Wherever you are. I'm a geek and love Star Trek, etc. I never used to let that side be seen. Okay, but you know what? There's a guy out there that probably loves Star Trek and is a geek just like you, and that's your match. Well, you got to find, but you got to be out and about to find your match. One guy was head over heels for me, ready to propose. I met his family. His sister didn't want to marry him, and they didn't want him to marry me because she said I was too fat. Bullet dodged. I'm a size 13, 14. I got married. So at a size 13, 14, she said that you were too big, or were you bigger than that? Oh man. See, I'm telling you, that kind of stuff is real. He called me and he said he is miserable. I love that. I love that. Good for you. I love that. Good for her. That's so cute, Joe. Be proud. Let that geek shine. Yes, right. Serves him right, Journey. You're a wonderful woman. I agree with that. My husband has always accepted me for who I was then and the way I am now. He said he fell in love with the woman I was and then the full grown woman I have become. We are BFFs. I love that. Let's give you some confetti, Miss Linda. You're always sharing that um, encouragement, and that gives me hope. Your relationship gives me hope, and obviously you guys have grown together. I think that's so hard to do, so I love that for you guys. He remarried and isn't happily married, he tells me. I said, I'm sorry about you not being happy, but I am so, oh, so leave me the F alone. I heard that. Linda, we love that. Both of my exes are still single. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised, Taisha. I love your husband's attitude towards you, Miss Linda. You two are an amazing team. I know. I love that too. I've always had providers. There is times at a cost to be in a relationship with a man like that. So yeah, so maybe with Mel, we'll talk about that because the guy who bought me the car, you guys might be saying we were engaged, and you might be wondering why we're not married. Well, I'm going to tell you. My father fully provided me until you were 25, and he is still very generous. I believe he did this to set the bar very high. It's hard for me to accept anything less, especially if a man wants marriage. So I'm glad you said that because, you guys, I always say people are how they are based on how they were raised. Really, your childhood, everything goes back to that childhood. It's really so true. So because I grew up with a provider, that's the kind of man I am looking for. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of told this story to somebody here recently, but there's a guy in my town, in my area where I live, and he's known. He's a mover and a shaker, and he's always liked me, no matter what size I am. I have to admit that. But one of the things that, has a very good job, entrepreneurial type. He every time I look up, he's in Dubai, he's here, he's there. And, one thing that he does do is he hangs out at the bars. He's always at the bars. And one of my friends is at the bars too. Like they'll see each other, and will have her call me up, and she'll call me up, and they'll be like, come up here, and I never go. And he's a nice guy, and we're friends, right? But he's always tried to talk to me. Now, meanwhile, he's like around town doing things he shouldn't be doing. I've heard some stories about him. And but a nice guy, like I say, he's a friend. Like if I needed something, he's a guy I could, call if I really needed to call him. Trying to take that into a romantic relationship, no. You know why? Is because he hangs out at the bars. He's on the scene. I don't want my man on the scene like that. I just don't. He's my age. We're the same age. I think we might exactly be the same age. But I feel like at 52 or 53, you should be settled. Like, I don't know what's out in the bars and the streets. And maybe it's something I just don't. I mean, it probably is because I'm not out there to know what that is. But for me, that's a deal breaker because I can see myself, people have said, well, he might want to go out and hang out, and he's going to be coming back home to you. Well, I don't even want him out and about like that. I don't want a guy that's out in the streets hanging out like that. That's just not for me. And so, we can be matched up on everything else. And one of the things is, when he's hobnobbing in these different countries, when I see his pictures and stuff, he's with his daughter. So it's not like he's I think he was dating some girl here or there, but it doesn't matter because he's always trying to see what's going on with me. And so, I said he's out, so he's obviously family oriented. So he checks a lot of boxes. He's just not, he's still like, I consider that like a street guy, like a guy who wants to be out in the streets. And at my age, I don't have the patience for that. That's not my thing. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Let's see. Okay, Davinia, we read that. Taisha, mic drop. We are each other's safe place, no judgment. Listen to each other, respect each other. He's my biggest cheerleader. He gives me my injections every week. Now, I think that is excellent, and I think you showed that on one of your videos too. Thank you for sharing that. That is so awesome. That explains the reason why I didn't know what it meant. Hashtag Team Soft Life. That is too funny. Miss Linda, always have your always have, even if your man wants to take care of you fully, you always have your own. Yes, yes, yes. So I got, I'm doing it, and doing it and doing it well. I've never been someone who was looking for a man to take care of me. I don't see anything wrong with people who do. I just wasn't raised that way. Independence was driven into me. Yes, yes. So I think you could have both though. You could want a financially stable guy. And I don't see a guy taking care of me either. You mean where you stay home and where he, and you don't work and then he works? Yeah, I don't think I would like that, but I might. I'm retiring here soon, so if I marry somebody here in the next couple of years, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home wife, right? But yeah, I think that's great. And I think if you have kids and you're a stay-at-home mom, let me just say this loud and clear. If you have kids and you're a stay-at-home mom, you got a job. Your job is just at home, because I'm telling you, taking care of kids is work. People think that, oh, you're staying at home, it's so easy. It is not easy breezy. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. To work around at home is a lot. So if you're a stay-at-home mom out there, you got my respect. Let's see. Dr. Bobby, I think, aren't you married? Um, Hello, Dr. Bobby. Are you married? I think you are married. That's so important, Dee Dee. Be a role model for your child. Don't be putting up with the nonsense just to be with someone. Yes, I definitely won't do that. Okay, all right. So let me see if I missed any comments. So I want to hear these lists. Did you guys make these lists, or is it just the downsizing diva? I mean, we take care of each other, but I'd rather him take care of me. You want the man to take care of me. You, okay. All right. Well, of course, a man who takes care of me. Okay. If I had to choose, I want to be taken care of, but I'd rather not be dependent. Yes. If I had a choice, I want the man to take care of me, because I'm not taking care of no man, please. As a thinner woman now, the type of men I attract now is much different than I was a size 10, 12. Okay, so you got to explain that. What do you mean by the type of man you attract is different? I want you to explain, because I don't want politically correct answers. I want the truth. Somebody see how many subscribers I have, because we're going to see how many people unsubscribe. How many people unsubscribe? They're like, the downsizing diva got those girls over there saying they want to be taken care of. If I had to choose, I'd rather have him take care of me. I'm tired of all the hustle. Yes, ma'am. I don't see a thing wrong with that. Yes, yes, yes. I want to be taken care of. Look at these men, the women. We want a man to take care of us, right? We're going to also, let me tell you, there women, I'm telling you, I know some women who, and I think I told this story, and I'm going to tell you another example again. But so remember, I told you I was retired. One of my coworkers was retiring, and she had no idea how much. If she could even retire, she just knows she wanted out, but she didn't know how many bills they were paying. She didn't know. She knew nothing. Zero, zero. So what if that? And I'm not putting bad juju out there on her, but I thought to myself, like, what if something happened? What if he passed on? What if he decide, I'm out of here? where does that leave you? I think in 2025, we gotta have like a nest egg or something saved. So be independent. Let me just say that. Let me say that. We gotta be independent. So when you're ready to, when you need to pearl out, you can pearl out. I think you gotta be independent. But I also think I need a man. I know women don't say like I don't need a man. Well, I'm telling you, I do. Because what I need, I don't know nobody else that could do that. So I do need a man and I do want a man. And I don't need a man financially, but I need a man for what a man can do, right? And I just want that man role model, whatever. So whatever that looks like for you, I think it's okay to say that because we've also said, I don't want you to mistake my independence for saying I don't need a man because I do. Now you might not need a man, but I do. And I don't, and it's not financial. It's not for financial stuff either. So I think that that's also something that's just run rampant and got out of control. Journey says, wait a minute. I don't want either of us to take care of the other one without first taking care of ourselves. That's politically correct, Delilah. We're assuming you're taking care of yourself. I was 13, 14 back then, about 19 years ago. Wow, 13, 14. I was a 13, 14 for a long time too. I don't think that's a big size. Jeez, Louise, we take care of one another. I'm a product of a single mom, so we can't have no one ever feeling like they have the power over me. I appreciate all the luxuries and I always receive them. Okay, very good. I love that. I hear you, Bellflower, but don't get it twisted. You're not controlling me because you're taking care of me or the things. All right, so let me say this here, because I brought this up just in case somebody doesn't make it past this time. When I said that, my first car I ever, had was given to me like by my boyfriend, and and the reason why we were engaged, the reason why we're not married is because he did not, if he cheated, I never thought it, suspected it or anything. It wasn't that. When I tell you he was very controlling and it did not come out at first. And remember, I said last week, a lot of times when in my youth, and this was before I even went to college, in my youth, I thought, when somebody was like so worried about what you were doing and where you're going and all that, then they so jealous. I thought it was like, oh, he loves me. He loves me. He just wants me so bad. I'm just thinking I'm just the bomb, right? Because he's all into me like that. As I got older, I learned that men that are controlling and possessive, that's a red flag, and you got to make it out of there if you can. There's some women who can't make it out. And I'm telling you, it ramps up. So he started off, just probably doing those little things where red flags, and I didn't see him. And I was just all about that because he, made a nice income and he spoiled me. I mean, how much more can you buy other than a car, right? And it wasn't like a beat up car. It was a nice little car. And so, but over time, and I saw it, that's the thing. I saw it. I didn't really tell my parents very much because, once you tell your parents things, they don't like the person. So I would tell some of my friends, and I mean, geez, Louise, we could tell you some stories on here. But one of the things that was the final straw for me and is I would go out, and hang out with my friends, and he would pop up everywhere I went. When he would go out and hang out with his friends, I'm like, okay, I'll see you when you get back. When I would go hang out, he would pop up and he would start fights with like people who are just genuine friends. It was a hot mess. And I remember that I said the next time he does that, I'm out of here. And so my BFF was with us, and I'm just leaving the relationship. I'm done. And he did it. He did it with my BFF, caused a drama, big old to do, and that was it. But it was a lot of little things, like very possessive. So I will say, when a guy is really, and at that time I was a college student, so I didn't have a ton of money. So he was the one in the control of the relationship because he had the money. And and so he let me know it too. Like I felt that, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt that he had the money. And so he was just very controlling. And so I learned early on, like, no, no, no. And I thought to myself, like, this is not going to last. The next time he does that, I'm out of here. I was embarrassed, when he would come up places and just like following me around, very possessive and controlling. So I do think a man who has money, he does control. If you don't have anything coming in, he does control a lot of what goes on. And I think that's how women end up sometimes into those abusive type of relationships. And so yeah. So I'm a proponent of having your own. So I'm not all about like, oh, you got to take care of me type of thing. But I do think I do want a provider. And that's like I said, because I'm just used to it. But I also have my own stuff to offer too. So let's not get that twisted. I wish more dads would understand their daughters need them too. Yes, 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 yes. A lot of the daughters, and a lot of these daughters are being raised by social media, peeking in from the bushes without a clue of what's going on. Hey, Dee Dee in chat. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody done filled you in, Darian. Dolores says, I was just typing the politically correct answer. LOL. I want to be taken. You hear me say, don't give me the politically correct answer, because I know, this is the people are like, I'm only going to say so much. I'm on here. And it is what it is. But I appreciate you being honest. I want to be taken care of, but enjoy making my own money. Yes, yes, yes. Darian, what's the topic? The topic is hot tonight. All right, we got a guy that's talking. I always encourage my sisters and female friends to set reasonable expectations and refuse to settle. I love how you stuck that in, reasonable. When you say reasonable, what do you mean by the reasonable? Uh-oh, I never have a great. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got somebody who's been married 30 years and fortunate to have found a great guy. I love that. That's a long, long time. Jeez Louise. That's an exercise in extreme balance, empowered wellness by Teddy. Is there a formula for the balance? Yeah, I want to know that too. You're fooling no one, Darian. You said, I think it can be. Okay, okay. Yes, being a man is not for the weak. Yeah, being a mom, you said. I said being a man. Being a man either is not for the weak. But you're right, being a mom. Let me turn this air on. I'm getting hot with this cool hat on. Delilah, I agree. My daddy always treated my mom like a queen and my sister like a princess. I knew what I wanted and didn't want in a man. Never settled. Daddy drilled independence in us. Okay, very good. So you had that man, right? That helped. The man helped. Yes, I've been married to my current husband for 8 years. He's my third husband. That's right. Well, Taisha has also been married 3 times. So I'm hoping that third time is a charm. Well, I don't hope. I know that third time is a charm for you both. Very good. I remember us talking about that. Now that you say that, now it jogs my memory. At the risk of not reading the chat, please tell me what I want a man to take care of me means in lamest terms. Okay. Did somebody answer? It's Darian. 23 likes and 42 in the chat. Like, please. Thank you. I have a feeling Darian is going to go into hiding with the other guys. So stay strong, Darian. Stay strong. Yes, you got to stay strong. Bobby, third time's the charge. Oh, Darian. He said, I ain't scared. Looking for high. We still got Teddy representing. Teddy, stay strong. Stay strong. Daddy said, always be able to take care and provide for yourself. No one is promised or guaranteed to you. He always showed us how to pay bills and talked about insurance. I miss my dad. Oh, I do too. Don't get me to crying up in here on this chat. I'm not politically correct. I'm being serious. Most of us don't even care for ourselves in a meaningful way. I know I wasn't for almost 4 years. Yes, and you know what, Delilah, at the beginning of this live, we did talk about the soft life also meaning taking care of yourself. Basically, it means self-love, giving yourself that, not standing for anything else. So let's just assume that we're coming in this situation whole, but most people are not, because let's face it, we all have some sort of baggage. My baggage is, just in case you're wondering, my baggage is, not always being emotionally available I'm guarded because of the cheating. I've had the cheaters and had my little heart broken. And so once you have your heart broken, most of us, you could kind of build up that wall. And that's what I've done over the years. The first time I was engaged, I just told you, was the controlling behavior. The second time he was cheating. He wasn't even respectful cheating either. That just drove me insane. And I've always had, some sort of, the unfaithfulness. Like, I'm just not somebody that's going to deal with that. But I know a lot of women, a man will cheat, she's forgiven them, they've worked it out, things have been fine, so it's like, I'm just kind of like, that's just been that just turns me off. I just haven't been able to get that fire back after that. So, and I'll never say never, but I don't want to. And once you cheat, I want to be out. I'm fiercely independent. Sometimes when I see that in a woman, they feel like she doesn't need me for anything. And well, it turns some men off. Yeah. And that's why I say I think what turns a man off is when a lot of us women are saying we don't need a man and we don't want a man. You do. If you're saying you don't need a man, what are you doing over there? Like, I want to know women who say they don't need men. I think that was like a tagline. Did Beyonce? I'm on Beyonce's internet calling her out. Did Beyonce start saying that with that independent? All the women is independent. Throw your hands up at me. You can be independent, but you can also need a man. So, I want somebody. I want a manly man, but I also still want to have some independence, but I don't want to be so independent that I don't need like I give that off. And I think a lot of women give that off. Let's see. I hate jealousy. Do you mean that, Taisha? You put that in all caps. What do you mean by you hate it? You hate it just with the relationship or just in general? So bye haters. Taisha said bye haters. The race, age, and socioeconomic status of the men I attract are now different, being thinner. It's very eye-opening. Yes, and you could just see it. Like, look at all the successful men. What successful man do you know who has like a plus size wife or woman that we know of? I'm sure it's plenty of them out there, but I'm just saying people that we would know that we could relate to. Now, I don't know if you guys watch what's his name? The guy who starred in the werewolf movies. I love him. He's so handsome too. What is his name? He starred in, I want to say, he started off on one of those Marvel movies. Hugh Jackman. Is that his name? Hugh Jackman. His wife was had overweight, and I don't know if he married her like that or not, but she was overweight. And I mean, he used to fawn all over her. I hope they're still together. I would have to Google that. But I remember seeing him and thinking, he is known for having that body, that he was the wolf. Remember, is that the werewolf? It was called Werewolf. What was he called? What was that movie called he was in? But I mean, he is cut up. He is just good looking. And yeah, his wife is not, she's not slim and trim. Now she might be now since, a lot of these celebrities have gotten slim and trim all of a sudden. But yeah, who knows? I'm just saying. It's a new day. She says, "Hi, Dee in chat. Great profile pic. I love that red. I only date men at least 10 years older, no children, and already stable. I'm in my second marriage. Your first one was 17 years. It didn't work, but he was controlling. Yes, yes, yes. That controlling man will get you every time. Wow. So I'm assuming that's probably why. So how is your dating situation going? Because I'm gonna have to compare notes. Margie, how are you? How are you? Thank you for joining us. Jealous is the thief of joy. Yes, being jealous. There's a lot of jealous folks though. It really, really is. Now my marriage, I work. Oh, so you are married. I work, but he provides for the home and he's not controlling. And he's the love of my life. I remember you sharing that he was the love of your life. Now it's coming back to me. Miss B, how are you? Pop up wherever you were, girl. You were right. Oh, heck no. Yes, it was scary too. It was scary. The first time he did it, it just kind of surprised me. And I just was like, oh, he misses me. You know what I'm saying? You excuse a lot of that away. And then he was doing it. Then he would get mean about it, like demanding I leave with him type of thing. So yeah, it was just not good. Red flags all the way. Yes, indeed. How are you awake, Joe? Yes, I figured it out. Because I think, I'm telling you, the controlling guys like that, they end up like being abusive. I really believe that. And I would hate to say that about him. He's a very nice guy, as far as since we've broken up, I think I told this story before, but before he got married, and I think he's divorced already, but he got married. He called me the night before his wedding, told me he was going to get married. It's almost like he wanted me to stop him. I don't know. And we had not talked. It's not like we chop it up. And then when my mom passed away, he came to the funeral. He stayed all the way. He came to the funeral, the repast, the burial. I mean, he was like crying more than my brother and I. I mean, he was, just devastated. I think he's just a nice guy, but just not for me. Just that controlling way was not for me. Um, let's see. What are you? I think I lost my chat place. Let's see. Let's do. Okay, wait, I scrolled way down. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Insomnia on a GLP-1. I know I have it. Yes, that GLP-1. Like once I go to sleep, I'm good. When I gotta wake up, I can forget it after that. That's what gets me. Anissa, I'm hooked up to Colin and typing through my tired eyes, but it's my birthday weekend and I'm celebrating early with the DD fam. Yay! Yes, yes, yes. I am married, but very independent. I graduated college while my husband was in the military. I stayed behind to get my education because he asked my daddy permission to marry me, and I said I would get my degree. Very good. I love that how you still got that degree. I truly now see that I can have both love and stability. Well, that gives us hope. That gives us hope. All right, all right. Let me see. Delilah says, I also watched my mom struggle. So once my dad left because she knew nothing better than having a man take care of her, I grew up knowing I'd never ever go through that. So maybe I'm just fearful. Yes, and your childhood and what you see really shapes you. I am and have always been a spoiler. Making my partner happy makes me happy. Compassion and patience is a must for me, especially as someone who struggles with mental health issues. All right, very good. And I'm glad you know that about yourself. Like you know thyself. I think that's a great thing. See, now that I type, so now that type of life I can get behind. Soft life of self-care. Yes. And so that's what it means. Really, the term soft life means taking care of yourself, having some self-care, not making everything hard and having to grow through struggles, being kind of easy peasy and struggle free. But there's also a version, the dating version, that means like letting that man take care of you, getting that man. And a lot of them are, younger women that date these older men with money. I saw a lot, Dee Dee, so many levels, even when it's not abuse. I'm just a different breed based on experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Bottom line, I want a real connect and to be equal across all of it. Yes, I feel that too. Let's give her some confetti on that. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. All right, I love that. I love that. Okay. Let's see. Yes, my husband and I are both givers, affectionate, and communicators. I punch myself daily now. Our relationship isn't perfect, but it's perfect for us. I love that. Miss Mel B says, I deserve luxury, love, and leisure, and I don't have to earn them through stress or infidelity. I'm so blessed. P.S. I need and want. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. And it just takes me back to the trial of the decade that just ended here recently. And some of those women were beautiful. Like, most of them were beautiful. And it's like, how did you end up in a situation? If a man has to take care of you and have you out taking care of everybody else like that, in order for you to get the soft life, you're doing things like that. It's like that self-esteem had to be so low that you allowed yourself to be in that situation. And when he gets out, they're probably going to be right back up in there. I guarantee one of them at least will, because she says she still loves him. So geez, Louise, I have three aunts who, once their husbands left or passed, they never again wanted a new man. One has been single my entire life. Yeah, a lot of women are like that. They're not going to remarry at all. My parents divorced and my mom struggled too. Yeah, yeah. Mel, that's a great way to put it. It is. All right, possessiveness, insecurity is important for my partner to feel and be secure. I love that. You said nope, they broke up, Dee Dee. Okay, okay. Uh, They're divorced. She divorced him. What? Are you talking about Wolverine? Oh, Sandra, how are you? That's the movie. Are you telling me they broke up? I gotta Google this. That is, oh, I am disappointed. That Hugh Jackman divorced his wife. Hugh Jackman. Why, brother? Why? I gotta Google this. They were my one example. Um, Gee, who Jackman? Okay, he about to come up. He divorced his wife. I'm gonna say it says Hugh Jackman. Well, I am annoyed. Okay, can you tell? Hugh, it looked like he got him his wife was around his age. It looks like he got him a young girl, allegedly. They divorced. She did slim down, but she was thick. She was overweight, and then she got what we would call thick. You know, Pierce is another one. You're right. What's his name? Pierce. What's his name? Yes. Okay. Okay. Was his wife plus size? But you don't see a lot of men that's making all that money with the plus size women. You just don't. I mean, so if you guys know another example, let me know. Um, Bronson is okay. I love him too. He has a plus size wife. The dating pool where I am is terrible. Online is full of liars and people playing games. I don't have time for the shenanigans and foolery of it. I would say I don't blame you. I don't either. King Darium, do you believe men should take care of women? If so, under what circumstances? What should they? What should they? What should the woman be like in turn? She's asking. All right, very good. Delilah says, I'm sorry to hear that journey. It makes me sad to see that happen to people. Yes, yes, yes. I need a man would be quite lonely otherwise. Yes, 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 yes. Male to the B. What is Mel saying? Darium, taking care of equals emotionally and being the primary provider, protector, cherisher. That's my brother, King Darium. Thank you, Dee Dee. Darium, taking care of emotionally and being the primary provider, protector, cherisher. That's my brother. Is that what Darium said? Wait, wait. Okay, so he said, hey there, male to the B. Depends on what you mean by taking care of paying all the bills, meeting emotional needs. No 50-50, make all the money for the house. Delilah, she was much happier without them. Now, we got to talk about this 50-50. We got to talk about this 50-50. Okay, so when people say 50-50, cool. But I'm going to tell you, I see a lot of women with that 50-50, or like of the bills, right? He's probably taking out the trash. He's a security factor, right? Because he's in the house. You can probably feel safe. He's paying 50-50. He's paying his 50. She's paying her 50. But then she's cooking. She's cleaning. Now, I'm not saying you. I'm saying what I've seen. She's cooking. Okay, this is him. 50-50. We'll give him 3. She's cooking. She's 50-50. Wait, 50-50. She's cooking. She's cleaning. She's taking care of the kids. She's doing laundry. She is man, let's say maybe he's managing the bills. Maybe we'll give him a 4th one. She is calling a doctor, taking care of stuff like that. So my point is, a lot of times when it's 50-50, I still feel like women get the shaft, right? Because women, especially if you have kids, that women are also doing a lot more than just what that 50-50 is. So I don't know. I've always been taught, if we want to talk finances of it all, you guys don't want to get me off on that tangent, but a relationship shouldn't be 50-50. It should be dependent on the income. You get a percentage. You decide on the percentage of the money that's coming in the house. And to me, the percentage of the money that's coming in the house, and you pay your percent and he pays his percent. So let's say we say we're going to pay we say we're going to pay 50% of our income. 50% of my income might be one amount, and 50% of your income could be one amount. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a split like equal. Because if I'm making 100 grand and he's making 200 grand, why would I pay 50 and he pays 50? That doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Or even if he's making 50 and I'm making 25, why am I putting the same split in the pot as him and I'm making $25,000 less? Like, make that make sense. You can't get away with that with somebody that knows how to do math. Thanks for thank you for the super chat. And I gotta give Mel her thank you. Wait, we'll get back to that. Thanks for providing a fun space. These Friday night lives are so much fun. I'm hanging out with the Divalicious squad, sipping sparkling water, and listen to my hubby playing dance all upstairs. A great night indeed. Yes, yes, yes. So you know what? Let me give you a super a thank you, and then I got to give Mel. Thank you. And then we got to give one for Mel. I'm sorry, Mel. Let me find Mel's super chat. I started talking. Mel to the B. Mel, did Darian clear that up for you? I missed it. Oh, wait, here it is. Here you go, Mel. Let's give her a thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, so let me ask you guys. This is you can only answer one. This is this or that in the chat. I want you to answer. You can only put one answer. If you feel compelled to explain it, you can. I'm going to skip down. I'll come back to these comments because I'm trying to keep this moving. So what do you guys think about my 50-50? You know, I mean, that's not a popular thing to say, but I got to keep it real. Got to keep it real with the peeps. So 50-50 is not based on I'm paying $50 and you're paying $50. Because if you make $200, I shouldn't also be paying the same amount as you pay and you're making, you know, the big bucks, you know what I'm saying? Or more money. Not even the big bucks. It could just be more money. Oh, she says many women unintentionally hinder men from reaching their full potential. That's a crucial difference between offering support and enabling a lack of ambition. Okay, all right, yes, offering support. Okay, all right, that's an interesting concept. I love that. All right, so this is what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna go. I'll try to get back to the comments. If there's something you really wanted to say, just copy and put it back in the chat because we're going to do a this or that. Then we're going to talk about these lists. And if you want to come on to share your list, now you could be married. If remember we said married people. Now, if you haven't done it, you want to get on here, you want to share, just put it in the chat. You don't have to come on, but we do have somebody who agreed to come on. So if you want to come on over. Come over to the Downsizing Diva Live and share your list. I'm going to share mine. I'm going to have the person on with me when I share mine, and then we can talk about it. And then, but let's do it this or that, because I think this is pretty, some good questions. So yes, Bellflower, I love this too. 50-50 is how that couple defines it, be it money, duties, or combination of it all. Yes. And so people have their own way of working things out. I'm glad you added that because it's not just, but a lot of times I see people, you know, men will say, I want a woman who's going to pay 50-50 and I want a woman to be 50-50. And a lot of times I see women doing way more than the man, but they're paying the same share. And I don't think that's fair. Or it could be vice versa, right? It could be a man doing way more and maybe the woman is not doing a whole lot. So it, you know, I'm not just saying this for a woman, but I can relate to the women because I'm a woman. That's all. But that's why you men, you got to speak up. And again, every situation is unique. Every situation is unique. So I think whatever works for that household, I agree. I think that's what you should do. So, okay, number one, what about you guys? We already talked about some of these, but try to get the ones. Do you want to be pursued or do you want to make the first move? If you had a preference, do you want to be pursued or would you like to be the one making the first move? So if you're a guy, you can participate. These are easy breezy, lemon squeezy questions. And you know, you guys know my answer. I want to be pursued. So what are you guys saying? Do you want to be pursued or do you want to chase? Or make the first move? I'm sorry. She says, I believe women inspire men to elevate. I do too. I do too. And I'm telling you, a man that loves you, he's gonna go above and beyond to make things happy, make things work for you guys. You guys do percentages. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, very good. I'm into the percentage of it all. Um, but you guys got to remember, I'm starting at 52 looking at this stuff. If you've already had a relationship for 20, 30, 40 years, you probably already got your system and it works, right? Because you've been married for so long. All right, so a lot of people want to be pursued. If he isn't running after me like Usain Bolt, he can stay. Oh, you want to be pursued. Okay, pursued. I'd much rather be pursued. Okay, pursued. Never make the first move. Okay, very good. Pursued, pursued. Very good. Yeah, I want to be pursued too. I just think that that's going to make me feel like he wants to be with me. All right, what about this one? Romantic picnic in the park or a luxury dinner in a spa night? Which one do you prefer? Lakeisha wants to be pursued. Okay. Do you want a romantic picnic in the park or would you like to go on a luxury dinner and spa night? And I'm going to tell you, I want to go on that luxury dinner and spa night. I'm not an outside person, so I don't want to be at anybody's picnic, but I would go just to go to be, agreeable. All right, Bellflower, you said you want to go to the romantic picnic in the park. All right, luxury dinner and spa, luxury dinner and spa, the spa night. Okay, luxury every. Darian said, "I don't eat. I don't eat outside. Luxury dinner. Not you saying I don't eat outside. That is too funny. Dinner and spa. Then I know he can afford it. Oh my goodness! In this heat, I'll take the spa. We can skip the dinner." Both depending on the day I've had. Okay, Darium, that was funny. Prefer to be pursued. Okay, Joe. Picnic if the park has water. Okay, romantic picnic in the park. Okay, good. Somebody besides Bellflower is saying romantic picnic in the park. Okay, I love that. What about, listen to this one. Would you prefer, okay, luxury says journey all day, every day. I want to get to know them without all the fluff. That's a great reason. That is a great reason. I love that. I love that. Okay, all right. I like the way she came in there and said, let me tell you why. Romantic picnic in the park. Okay, very good. We love that. I figured you picked that, Miss Linda. Okay, all right. So what about this one? Would you want somebody that's emotionally available plus has an average income, or somebody that's a high earner and emotionally distant? What do you want? Somebody that's listen, they're emotionally available, but they have an average income, or they're a very high earner, but emotionally distant. And I'm going to take that average income, emotionally available guy. Doris, thank you. She said this is a fun live. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. We got to give you some I was gonna say some confetti, but we appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, so what are you guys saying? So luxury dinner, skip the spa. Oh, that spa. I would rather have the spa than the dinner. Dinner in the spa night. Okay, I'm getting to know you guys by these answers. Uh, Delilah, we could do nature anytime though. Okay, so now we're on emotionally available. Okay, a high earning robot picnic, and you want the average salary income. Okay, emotionally available and average income. Emotionally available 100%. Emotionally available with the average income. So, guys, I was just about to say to all the guys listening that think we just want the guys for their money, we don't. And then my girl Jen pops up with the high earner. I love it. I have a fire ant bite on my foot right now. Emotionally available and average income because I can't deal with the brick wall. And that's what it amounts to, right? When somebody doesn't communicate, it's a pain. Jeez Louise. Emotionally available with the average income. Exactly how much does the high income guy have? We talking yachts and a yes, we're talking, yeah, high earner. Let's say 200 grand plus. Or a quarter, so 250, that'd be a quarter of a million. Jeez Louise. Emotionally available, a high earner, I can regulate myself and get emotional needs. No, you gonna end up with a P Diddy. You better get that. You better get that average income. Jeez, Louise. Emotionally, okay, emotionally available. Yes, yes, yes. Emotionally available, average income. Yes. Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. Emotionally available, average income. All right, so see. What did David do? Okay, so Doris says she wants to be pursued. I love that. That is too funny. But Jen's man has Uncle Scrooge money and one foot in. That's right. Because remember, you right, Delilah. She said she wanted that older man. All right, we knew you were picking the spa, Bev. I could have answered for you. Teddy, he took me to the lake, so it's his fault. It's Darium. Y'all want a man to take care of y'all, but he's making McDonald's money. Luxury dinners means large fries. Paul, how are you? What's up, fam? I heard y'all talk about dates in the park. Y'all crack me up. Y'all are so funny. Average income. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Yes, Jen, bring that up again. So, Teddy, you got a kick out of that. What he said. Oh, Darium, you are funny. Davina, you got a point there. Yes, yes, yes. Emotionally available average income describes my husband when I met him, but his income has gone up a lot. Woo! Yes. So you got the best of both worlds. So that's what they mean. I'm gonna give you some confetti on that. They say, you some of these guys, you see the potential in them, and when it manifests, there you go. Bam, you got it. You got it going on. Romance without the fighting. Income enough to pay the bills because high earner amount may be different for everyone. Yes, very good. Yes. All right. So Doris is going with that luxury dinner and spa. Okay, good answers. Good answers. Aren't you I feel like I'm getting to know you folks. All right. What do you think about this one? Would you like someone who's giving you good morning texts every day, like texting you every day, or random thoughtful surprises? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So would you like somebody who's giving you who's sending you good morning texts every day? Like, hey Paul, good morning. How are you? Have a great day. Or you want somebody who's giving you random thoughtful surprises. Like they surprise you on your job with lunch. They surprise you, at the gas station, fill up your gas tank. Like what are you doing? What are we doing here, people? You can't say both, Taisha. You got to pick one. It's this or that, my friend. All right, Taisha, you got to pick. I want to know what's your random surprises. Okay. All right. Look at the boys not hiding. I love it. Okay. Surprises. Surprises. Another surprises. Okay, Sandra, daily text. Okay. Random thought surprises, daily text like that annoy me. Oh, I didn't see that coming. That annoys you, huh? Thoughtful surprises. The spammers send enough on it. Darian, you are so funny. Jeez, Louise. Oh, that's hard. I get right. I get both right. But if I had to choose, okay, random thoughts, thoughtful surprises, random thoughts. Okay, thoughtful surprises again. Text can be scheduled, so it might not mean much. Oh, I didn't even know you could schedule a text. Really? Oh, geez. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that from when I'm on the dating scene. I do love the morning text. Means I'm on their minds as soon as they wake up. Well, now we know Teddy is scheduling those texts, so I don't know about that. Dee, I know you hate when I say that. Yes, you got to choose one. Don't text me, call. Random thoughtful surprises indeed. I want it all. I'm spoiled. You got to choose, Paul. You got to choose. Emotionally available. It's not about the money. Who done somebody had a song about that? It's not about the money. Wasn't that a Ti song? Simply Taisha. Random surprises. Okay, Bev says random. Lakeisha says random. It's a new day. Random. Margie, random. Let's see. Okay. Are you saying random thoughts now? I'm just laughing because you've abbreviated it. I love it. Teddy, you just took the whole romance out of it. Poor Joe. My grandmother once said, keep your man, keep his stomach full and satisfied in bed. She was so blunt, and I want to say she was right. We're going to give your grandmother some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. Wherever she is, we love it. Great advice. Great advice. All right, all right, all right. Okay, let me see. I have a couple more. You guys are so funny. I'm learning a lot about you guys with these answers. I mean, seriously. Uh, right now, okay, okay. I always feel like the texts aren't genuine. I like the daily call. The calling is great. Okay, you could be texting, you better call me. Okay, so you want the random. All right. Daily texting leads to better communication. I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point because that's something you're doing every day. Oh my God, you can schedule text. I know, Journey. I'm like, what in the what? Jeez, Louise. So he might have to step his game up if he can schedule a text. I should miss a text then. Why are you giving up all the game? Yeah, Teddy told us. Thank you, Teddy. I like the consistency of daily texting choice. Okay, she likes that consistency. True, true. Let me fall back. No, Teddy, don't fall back. Diriam, stop telling him to fall back. Sup? His morning text says, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What you doing? You good? You shower?" Dario, you're gonna have my stomach hurting, but I guess that's a form of exercise, right? I'm moving that core. I had no idea text message. Teddy, Teddy, I love it. She says, "Don't fall back." My ex used to text me morning sunshine. I loved it. Well, now you know he scheduled those babies. He scheduled that text out. You get a text every day. Now you know what it is. No wonder some of these men are juggling 15 women. They can schedule these text messages out. Jeez, Louise, bring the pagers back. Can we get a beeper on your side? You guys know what that is? The beepers from back in the day. Can I page you? Because you can't schedule those out. He better start calling me. Yeah, it's no more texting. Now texting is out there. We're gonna take that one out of the drawing board. When a man who is very busy calls, it means something. Now that is true. That is true. I will say that. We're gonna give you some confetti because you just spoke a quick little word there. Yes, yes, yes. It does mean something. I will say that. Okay. How old are these women, Darian? Wait a minute. You guys got everybody baffled with this scheduled text. Everybody's probably looking at their phone. I am so tickled, Mindy. I am Mayor Mindy. I am so tickled by this. It's not even funny. She says, Teddy, you can put that direction to schedule the text. Tickles me. That is just tickles me. Jeez Louise. The best morning text is that you got snacks. Now I'm telling you, somebody text me that, I'm gonna be annoyed if somebody texted me about some snacks. The daily texts I get right now are you awake? Why aren't you here? Good morning text. You get one every morning. Okay, very good. So if he's scheduling those out and you're married, I think that still is like showing some great effort there. I miss the pagers. Me too. Me too. Teddy, you didn't broke this girl's heart. You want to be pursued. Okay, Miss Linda. Oh my God, I'm over here crying, laughing. I mean, I am too. It's hilarious. And I should not be laughing at Joe, but Joe, he didn't put you up on some game. You better take that game and run home with it and use it. If your man is in tech, that was AI. Not oh my goodness, you just bust the bubble even more. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's just tickled me about this text message. And so now I'm gonna be asking everybody I know, do you know you can schedule text? Now y'all want to do a YouTube video. Teddy, he gonna have his videos. My journey, my Zepbound journey, my journey, how to schedule a morning text. We're gonna be on it. That's gonna have probably 15,000 views. You better make that video. Teddy didn't start it. Yes, yes, yes. She said, I know that's right. We gotta give Teddy some confetti. Where is Teddy back? Where is Teddy at? Let me give Teddy some confetti. You hit us to some game. You got all these women in here looking at things. Woo! This just tickled me. Okay, all right. All right, let's go to the next. I know I gotta give you everything on that. Oh my goodness, geez, Louise, I didn't hit the wrong button up in here. I just was like, oh, geez, Louise, that tickled me. Okay, here's the next question. Okay, so, oh, how about this? Love me out on social media. So they're posting you on social media and letting everybody know you're their boo, or keep it private, but be very intentional with what you're doing. Or what he or she is doing. So which one would you prefer? Somebody who's loud and proud about you on social media, or somebody that's private but very intentional about showing you how they feel? Which one do you want? I think I would want somebody that's private but intentional. I think I'm going for private but intentional. What are you guys going for? Okay, so Teddy was the first one in with the private. He hit us with the private and intentional. Okay. Sandra says private. Darian, private and intentional. Private, private, private. We got another private. 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 In the words of Mr. Big, keep it on the down low. Keep it on the down low. Nobody has to know. Jeez, Louise, you brought me back. Okay, we got another private intentional. And then somebody, Beverly, I saw that comment for Teddy. She said, what else can you teach us, Teddy, about the game? Can you can you schedule a response? Now I didn't think of that. Jeez, Louise. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, my stomach is hurt. You guys have had me having the giggles. Now that was a good one. but I wish you could. Social media is fake news, says my twin. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I'm taking that as a no. No social media. I don't even want to have social media unless it's attached to his business. I don't want anything but you. Oh my goodness. Private. I don't need everyone in my business, said Jamie. Okay, all right. Very intentional. Just saying. All right, mail to the B. So no one needs to be Instagram of it. Oh, now I really don't. I actually would prefer he not put it on social media. Private with intention. I don't like others knowing all my business. Private and intentional. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see. We got another private and intentional. I don't want my business all over social media. Okay. That Doris, and now wants an out of office reply to text. Wouldn't that be so cool? I bet you that is a feature, though. I'm telling you, I can see that. The reason why we all want private is because we are grown. Okay, Bev, you said a word. Yes, yes, yes. We are grown. Private and intentional. Okay. So you have been together with David for 8 years and we weren't even social media friends and my profile is still blank under the relationship. I don't need people to know my business like that. Okay, very good. So you're not Instagram official. Okay, she said yes, Davina. LinkedIn, it will suffice. Okay, very good. All right, what about this one? That was a good one. What about this one? Um, what about soft life dating in my current body or wait until I hit my goal weight and strut my stuff? Ooh, what about that? Soft life in my current body or wait until you hit your goal weight? Which one? Let's see. Oh, okay. We got some answers coming through. Geez, Louise, you guys gonna make me pop my hat to the side. This has been so fun and so funny. Geez, Louise. Okay, so people are saying, oh, looks like a lot of us are saying our current bodies. Okay. And I would say my current body too. Okay, so we got a lot of current bodies. I should have probably asked who's waiting. If they don't want me now, then they don't want to have me then. I know that's right. Mindy, I'm gonna give you some confetti on that. My sister. Love that. That is so true. All right, very good. So people are saying current body, you met your goal weight, you're in your life era. Very good. Male to the B. Wait until I hit my goal weight. I'm getting married in 2040 after I've been in maintenance for a year. I was gonna say that's right around 2039 when that maintenance is coming in there. Current, take me as I am or leave me where I'm at. I know that's right. We gotta give you some confetti on that one too. We love it. We love it. Okay, let's see. What if I don't hit my goal weight? I'm not missing my chance to strike. That's right. I love it. Current body. Current body. Okay. I know, Deering, I'm talking about his 40-40. Okay, what about this one? We got a couple more, and then we're going to these lists, and then my special guest is coming up. Anybody could come up though. You don't have to. You don't have to have been asked before. Somebody in the chat want to come up. You can. Um, but there's not a whole lot of people that like to come up. This person is out there, easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, are you going to, and everybody's going to say the politically correct answer, I think, on this one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Dr. Bobby says, current body, my hubby always loved me at every weight. I was saying when we met, I love that. Okay, very good, very good. All right, Dr. Bobby, what about this question? Would you rather be chosen effortlessly or prove that you're worthy of love to that person? That's to be a pretty easy one. I'm loving the hat, Dee Dee. Reminds me of, yes, Houdini. Friends. Da-da-da-da-da. How many of us have them? And then what else song did they have? And I shouldn't be singing this, but the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Remember that? The freaks come out. I used to love when they said that. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. So you want to be chosen effortlessly or proven that you're worthy of love. Yes, you remember that too? The freaks come out at night. I used to love that Friends too, though. The Friends. Well, they had another one. What about this one? Didn't they sing that? I rock the different freaks after every show because I'm a. How do you know? Because I told you so. Remember that song? You guys remember? Houdini was the group back in the day. Yeah, y'all done made me tilt my head. That's right. It's a new day. They done made me tilt my hat to the side. I'm like, nah, you go. Yeah. Remember, I was trying not to do that so you could see my eye, but I don't know. Now y'all done got me diva style up in here with with the jokes and the text scheduling. Jeez, Louise. The freaks definitely come behind night. That's why I'm at home. Yes, 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 yes. Me too. Me too. Uh, you said you choose yourself, but he can join. I love that. I love that. Okay, all right. So Matt, most people are saying effortlessly. This is the last one, and then I'm gonna go get a tissue. And then if you decide you want to come on, I'm gonna put that link up in the chat. If you want to come on here and share your list. Now, my list, I remember Miss V said she had 74. Am I right about this, Miss V? Because if I'm right, I'm going to give myself some confetti. Miss V said she had 74 things on her checklist, her list. And did you say you had 74? And no, you had 100. You had something. I don't know what the number was, but your husband, I think you said he meant 74 out of the whatever the number is. Am I right about that, or am I losing my mind? Effortlessly, yes. No one wants to prove themselves. One love. That was a perfect song for this. One love, one love. You're lucky just to have just one love. I remember that song. Yes, that's right. I had 74 and he had 69 of them. Okay, that number 74 stood out. Okay. So I have my list. I'm going to share my list. If you guys have a list, you can put some of your maybe put your top 5 things in the chat if you don't mind. You don't have to, but if you want to. If you want to put 25 in the chat, you can. If you want to come on here and share, I'm going to put the link in the chat. And then you just come on and share your list. Am I doing let me see, let me make sure. Oh, here it is. Ooh, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put this list in the chat. Paul says, Dee Dee, your hat reminds me of Bobby Brown's old drummer, Zorro. Remember from My Prerogative. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my goodness. Bev sent me this hat. I got it. I used to always talk about her hat, and I had my little hat, but she sent me her fabulous hat. A hat like hers, super fabulous. So I love that. Shout out to my girl, Bev. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and let me put this link in the chat. I'm gonna put this link in the chat and I'm gonna go get some tissue. I'm gonna use the bathroom and then I'll be back. So we're gonna share the list. So don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourself. Write your list in the chat. So this is your chance to write the list in the chat. Here is the link. I just sent the link if you want to come on and share your list. And let me see. I'm gonna say here, I'll be right back. Let's see. You're gonna grab. Darium said, "Water break. Grab something to drink." Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna get use the restroom. Get some tissue. I'll be right back. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. All right, so let's see. All right, so okay, so is anybody gonna come on here and share their list? I put that link in there. Where are you guys at? Okay. I'm gonna share my list. My list is ready to go. Darian, did you get that drink of water? Okay, so let's see. So some people put some stuff in the chat. Do you want me to read yours, Delilah? You want me to read that? Bev's got great hat taste. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Doris was saying effortlessly. Teddy, give us more info. Teddy said, Teddy's like, I'm not spilling all the beans in one night. Um, yes, Bev, excellent taste. Teddy, you should come up on the live and give us a tutorial because I want to schedule some taxes. Qualities I love about my hubby. Yes, if you were married, we wanted to know what you thought about what your husband. So qualities you love about your husband, he makes me a priority. Number one, I love that. Does without so I can have what I need. Love that. Does the hard things around the house, is proud of me, and isn't shy to say so. Mindy, that is amazing. I love that. You guys have been married for so long. Geez, Louise, that's awesome, awesome, awesome. We love that. Tell him we said he is amazing. All right, it's a new day. Tune in next week for for more of the tips and tricks. Teddy said, "I'm not showing all my cards in one night." Delilah, okay, Delilah. Okay, so Delilah says, "What I love about David, he's caring, he's kind and thoughtful. Basically, a walking green flag. I love that." A walking green flag. Delilah says, he loves my family, even the loud ones. Haha. He makes me laugh when I want to cry and actually listens when I say, this matters to me. He puts in effort. I love the way he goes on the walks and stuff with you too in your videos. He puts in efforts. He gives the best hugs and somehow knows what I need, iced coffee or space or both. A keeper for sure. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. Let's give David some confetti. Let's give him some confetti. All right, all right, all right. I love that. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. All right. I see you. I see you. Okay. So let's see. Anybody else put anything? So here's my list. So my list is, just listen up because this baby is a long, it's not that long. Okay, so I don't know if these are in an order, but the first one is the definite in the order. I put this one for, on purpose. So my first one is a strong this I'm going to have this recorded. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm saying it. So my first non-negotiable in my relationship values list is having a strong relationship with God. So that's a non-negotiable for me. Somebody who's faith-centered, somebody that prays. And I also want somebody that respects my faith, whatever that is. They can't be like, if we're not equally yoked with the religion, and I won't even use the word religion, with being spiritual, it's not going to work out. So, that's important for me. So somebody who has a strong relationship with God, somebody who loves children, because obviously I have a child, right? So they enjoy being around kids and they show patience when they're around kids, not just loving kids, but having patience with them. They're consistent. Remember, I told you being consistent is an important quality for me. So somebody being consistent and reliable, I love that. He's going to show when he says he's going to do something, he does it. And not being flaky. I don't want that flakiness going on. Somebody that's financially stable, because you guys remember, I am 52. I'm no spring chicken out here. If I'm coming with a little bit of financial stability, you got to come with it too. So, and I think that's a great expectation, not too much at this age. And I don't want somebody who wants me to fix them, because, I got a little bit of knowledge of some, financial things going on here. And I don't want somebody that I got to fix with that whole financial thing. Like I want somebody I can also learn from. And so maybe, we're going to learn from each other, but I also am looking for that, like somebody who I can learn from too. And rounding out my top 5 is somebody who has integrity and honesty, and I would say loyalty plays into to that too, because I told you, if I was sitting out down on the couch with the therapist, one of my things would be that, I am guarded, like I'm very guarded. And so, I need to work on that. So somebody that's honest and has integrity and is loyal, that's going to help, me with that. One of my emotionally, unavailable qualities is that. So some other things, I just kind of elaborated on that top 5, but some of the other things, I want somebody that's emotionally mature. We talked about that here tonight. Somebody who communicates clearly, but I also want them to be kind. I want them to be kind because for the most part, I am kind. When I say for the most part, I do get upset. And when I get upset, I get upset. So I want somebody who is, kind, speaks to me kind, speaks to my daughter kind. I love that. I think that's important. I also want somebody who respects my time, respects my time. And time is money, right? Time is money. And so I think a lot of times when people stay in relationships for a long period of time and then it ends up like on a dead end, I'm not doing that. Like at 50, I said I cut that off at 50. I said, I'm not wasting my time with people who want to be like 4 or 5 years in and we're still trying to decide what we're doing. Plus, I think more so than women, I think men know what they want right away. I think men know. They know if you're like marriage potential, dating potential, and I think men and women, when they meet somebody, they have a goal in mind. You can see yourself with somebody down the road. And so, yeah, you gotta be on it, making a decision. I want somebody that's emotionally safe. If I share things with them, they're not throwing it up in my face during an argument or a disagreement. I know friendships that do that too, and I don't like that. Somebody who is gentle and kind spirited, right? Somebody that's gentle. Like, and I like an attentive guy. That should have been in my top 5. Was that in my top 5? I guess when I said consistent and reliable, that word attentive could have been there instead. So I like somebody who's attentive and who is, kind spirited and gentle. This list goes on. I want somebody who is don't have any addictions, right? I don't want you to be addicted to alcohol, addicted to drugs, addicted to smoking, addicted to any of that stuff, right? Yeah, that would be a red flag for me. I want somebody who respects my parenting style, the way I'm raising my daughter. I want somebody who can ebb and flow with that. I don't want somebody who's saying, like, I'm teaching my daughter, I'm teaching my daughter to really say thank you and show appreciation when somebody does something nice for you. I don't want somebody who comes around and say, hey, that's not important. Who cares if she writes a note? Somebody does something nice for my daughter. I have her call them and say thank you. We send thank you notes. We send, cards. I have her go out of her way. I've always done that. My mom, taught me that. And so I want somebody who respects that. I don't want somebody to come in and minimize what I'm trying to do. So we gotta kind of have to be on the same page. That's what I mean by respecting my parenting style. I want somebody who's not intimidated by my strength because I think I'm a strong person. Um, yeah, and I've been through a lot, and I think I handle things with integrity and grace. It's like how I would like to think of myself, and so I want somebody who kind of respects that, right? Somebody who's respectful of that. All right, our special guest has popped in. Let me finish my little list. I also want somebody who wants a commitment. Like that's important. Somebody who really wants to be committed in a relationship, not somebody who says they want it, but they really don't want it, or they don't know if they want it. Like you got to know, right? You got to know. I want somebody who is protective of me, but not controlling. Remember, I had that controlling situation, and I had to um, give that up. I see you. I see you down there. I also want somebody who has healthy boundaries in a relationship. Like, they have boundaries, but they're healthy they respect my boundaries and I can respect theirs. But I want somebody who knows how to communicate without like making me feel like my idea was like, not a good one. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want somebody who's didn't we say emotionally available? I think we said that takes responsibility for themselves and their choices, right? They own their choices. I want somebody who wants to grow with me because I think, at 52, I know people are, and when we're older, like Paul said earlier that he's older, I think when people say that they're older, that you could be stuck in your ways and kind of like, it's hard to move on because you're stuck in your ways. I agree with that, but I also, but I want somebody that's open to grow because I love learning new things. I've learned a lot being here on YouTube, starting this channel and learning from you guys. And so I want somebody that wants to be a lifelong learner. A lot of teachers are, and I'm a teacher, a lot of educators are, but I need somebody that's like that too. And I only have a couple more, and then our special guest is waiting. Do you guys know who the special guest is? Can you guess? Take a guess. Who do you think it is? I also want somebody that's respects the process that I am in life, right? I lost a lot of family members in my short little time here. I lost, my mom, my dad. My dad I refer to now is technically my stepdad, but my dad. You know what I mean? So God has blessed me with that. But my niece, so I've lost some really two grandmothers. So I've lost some really important people to me. And I want somebody to be respectful of that. I just was out celebrating the anniversary of my mom's death on Thursday. I don't want somebody who says that's silly. Why would you be doing that? Or either not even want to participate in that because to them it doesn't mean a whole lot. So I want somebody who cares enough about me to even, kind of make that happen for me. And remember, I told you guys my mom died very close to my birthday, and I was praying she didn't die on my birthday. So that's important to me that we celebrate her and we honor her memory. So I want somebody who respects all that. Of course, somebody who loves me, how I am. So if I don't lose another pound, he's okay with that. I want somebody who treats me like we're a team, like we're in this together. I think that's the most important thing. I think if you have that, if you have love and you have that, I think Taisha hit on that earlier when she said she loves making her partner happy. And I always say, if I'm making you happy and you're making me happy, we can't lose, right? We're a number one team. And finally, I guess I want somebody who has purpose and is kind of driven because at 52, I'm retiring here soon and I'm still thinking about like, what is my next move? I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm just going to chill and, do nothing. I still see things for myself on the horizon. So I want somebody who also is passionate and driven about life like me. Now, this is a tall order. So can you see why I'm still single? But that's okay. I'm single and ready to mingle. And the perfect guy is out there for me. Who knows? He might be, it might be somebody I know already and we just haven't connected, or he could be out there, waiting for me. And so, I'm just putting it in God's hands. It's in God's time. It's in God's hands. And I'm gonna be ready when God brings this fine man into my life. So thank you for listening through that. Those are that's my list. My relationship values list. And if you guessed that our special person was correct, did anybody guess? Oh, here it is. On the count of three. Uno, dos, tres. Here she is. Mel to the B. My girl Mel to the B. Mel to the B. She's hanging out with me. I said Mel to the B. One of these days, Mel and I, she'll probably be hooked up with a relationship by the time this happens. But I always tell her I see myself, her, and Jen F hanging out. Jen, do you know this is Jen still in here? I always say I see the three of us hanging out, having a single girls' night, and I don't know when we're gonna do this, where we're gonna make it happen, but whatever city we're in, watch out, because here we come. Mel, you're muted.
I'm over here just running my mouth, calling Jen's name and all the things. So, look, without saying too much, Dee Dee invited me because I have a special sort of goal for myself this year, this summer. And as a result of the downsizing diva, I actually enlisted the support of a dating coach. And so I've been in this class for, it's not really a class, it's actually one-on-one coaching. And I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 weeks now, so for about a month. And it's been very enlightening. So, yes, I have a list. I dwindle it down, and I'm super excited. So, I'm only going to say so much because Dee Dee has only asked me to say so much. Because I will be back once I'm done with the course and all my homework and all that type of stuff. So, that being said, my top 5 values are, a couple of them are the same as yours, Shay. God-fearing, and can manage their emotions. Health focus, very important to me. I'm okay with the dad bod, but you just need to be focused on making sure that you're healthy. And if you have high blood pressure, please take your amlodipine or whatever. Quality time is another one. Just really being consistent. Like, I like to date my significant other and have like routines for that dating. And then my last 2 are family oriented. I like people who don't mind hanging with my family. I'm very close to my family, and it would be a red flag if they said, I haven't talked to my mom in 3 years. It's like, what? So that would be a red flag. And then lastly, financial stability is very concerning. I shouldn't say concerning, but it would be a red flag if I asked some of the questions. And by the way, I do have questions that I was given, the coach worked with me to put together these questions. But yeah, that would be very alarming for me as someone over 50 who has, amassed savings and assets and things like that. So yeah, so that's it. That's what
Those
you got.
are
That's what I
great
got, girl.
ones. Those are great ones. Now let me ask you. So, we had Nadia Edwards on, and she was she was the coach, and she talks about, what's the name? I forget the name of her book. I should have that handy dandy for
I
us
know.
tonight.
Oops.
But
I just ordered them.
she talks about helping single women date. And one of the things I know she talked about when she came on the live, and I think she has you doing, is actually, because we had a little bit of a difference in the chat, when she says she wanted you to go out and make yourself, like, flirt and approachable,
Yes.
to a man. Is she
Yes.
telling you to approach the man, or is she saying let the man approach you?
No, she's saying to approach the man. So I have 3 things that I need to do. I will divulge some more this coming week. I'll be going to a comedy show next Saturday. Wednesday, I work from home full time, as you know, Shay. Wednesday, instead of just staying home and working, I have a couple of hours where I don't really need quiet. I have some administrative stuff I need to take care of, and I'm going to go somewhere, Starbucks, maybe a lunch, a cafe or something by myself. And then I'm also going to go to a different gym to just kind of check it out, if you will. So yeah, she wants me to put myself in spaces. And she also asked me on Thursday, the Thursday session, she said, well, if you go to the comedy show and you see someone that it seems like you have chemistry with that person, and you make eye contact, what are you going to say to him? And I was like, hi. She was, I know what to say. I know how to talk to men. Trust, I got game when I want to. But it's, I kind of froze, and she was like, you could just say something to him like, is this your first time seeing him? Like, this particular comic, I love this comic that's coming. And she's like, you could just make conversation like that. But she encourages women to have conversations. She believes that just because you see someone you have chemistry with and you ask them a question or you smile or introduce yourself, she says that's just getting used to interacting on a different level with men versus you're coming on to them. She said women should get very comfortable with having a variety of different relationships with men and should be comfortable having the, freedom to kind of approach a man and introduce yourself and stuff.
Now,
So that's
explain
her
like
opinion.
that. Explain like that. I can see that, but I think if I think if you're approaching with like, okay, I'm gonna get his phone number type of approaching, that I won't do. So I would have to tell Nadia, go to the next
Oh, no, no, no,
appointment.
no, no, no. She's not saying that, but she's just saying women should be comfortable holding conversations with men. She thinks you'll lose opportunities. You might be missing your blessing, blocking your blessing by not being more open and smiling. I was talking to you. I was in Publix today, and the guy was kind of like going down the same aisles as me and this and that. I'm like, well, dang. So finally, we passed each other like this, and I looked up at him and I was like, how are you? And he was like, good. How are you? I was like, I'm good. And then I kept walking. I wasn't interested like that, but yeah. And then I got out of there fast because I was like, I'm not interested. I was too nice. But yeah.
Well, so we're gonna read these comments in the chat because it's so fun. Can you see them too, Mel? Can you see
Yes.
the comments? Okay, all right. So we'll read some of these. Now, Darium.
What dairy I'm talking about?
All right, so let's read it. So he says, I realize neither Dee nor Mel B mentioned looks. Interesting. I have someone for both of them except financially stable currently. So you
Well, so that won't cut it. That's not gonna cut
now,
it,
Mel,
my
I
brother.
think that
You
was
know I
on your
love
top
you.
five. Wasn't that on your top five?
Yes, that's on my top 5.
Mine,
Yes.
that
Like
was
I
in my
can't, I'm not gonna
that was in my top
that
five.
was
He
yours
said
too?
financially stable. So he said that
So
so if you have everything but financially stable, so that's the thing. Your top 5 list, you're not supposed to negotiate. It's
those are non-negotiable. That's right.
Miss Linda says anyone who states they haven't spoken to their family male in months, I back away. Red flag for
Thank
sure.
you,
Okay.
Linda.
Joe is loving our list. Posh says no romance without finance, Darian. Baby, we are near retirement age.
That right there. That right there. That right there.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I think
Love fun.
when you get a certain age, it's just like any other phase in life. Your dating expectations and what you're looking for changes, right? Because you're older now. That's why I say, so you guys this is family here. So I told Mel and she knows, and Taisha, I told Taisha, she knows. Anybody that talks to me on the phone knows if you see me being a fool, stop me because I don't want to be an old fool. Well, let me know. Let me know because I just don't have time now. I'm too old now. We got Darian. I'm too old now. All right, it's Darren. What is he saying? Are you being serious or are you just playing around, Darian? Because
He
Mel means
playing.
business. Let's
I
see.
know. I mean, I literally paid someone to coach me. I believe in setting goals and doing whatever I can to reach the end. So yeah.
And that tells me you're serious about, doing the work to find, a fit for you. Dee and Mel B said they want emotionally available average earners. These guys are below average earners, but average. What? How can you be
What
below
you talking
average
about,
but
Willis?
average?
You heard me. I said, what you talking about, Willis? Like, really? I love Darian though.
It's a new day says no one wants a butterface. You need to be attracted to the person. True. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's I didn't put that on my list because it's not a real. I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to say. Because I've dated all
Right.
types of guys. I don't have like I don't think I really have a type. My type is what I think looks good. Not I don't have a definition for
Yes.
that. I'm old
Yes.
school. I will not approach a man. I've been told that men want that. I've been told that men want that. Yeah, not being approached.
I don't know about that. I disagree. I think every man is different. I really do. It just depends on the man. I mean, I think it depends on the man. Not that I approach men, often. However, I will speak. I will smile. I hear more men complaining about women walking around with resting, what face, or women, You know what I mean? Like walking around not smiling, and
Well,
then
I
men
don't think we're
certainly.
saying that we don't approach, like, say hello and all of that. But I'm saying I don't pursue. I won't pursue a man. Like, okay, so let's say you're hanging out and you're in, like, let's say you're in a nice jazz club and you see a guy that looks nice, right? He's looking at you. You're looking at him. Why should you be the one to go over there and say anything to him? Like, he should, to me, and he should approach you. It's different if you're like, it's different if he's sitting right next to you, right? Maybe you're at a place and he's sitting right next to you, and he's
I
saying
agree.
something, you're saying something.
Look at my hair.
But I think he should be the
Yeah.
first one to ask for your phone number. I think he should be the first one to ask you out on the date. Like, that's, I guess that's the approach
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking
No, I
about.
mean, again, I don't ask men out. I'm just saying I hear a lot of complaints from men in my life about women who want to be over in the corner looking cute, don't want to like that. I think we have to change something as women. If we are, you know, bold, beautiful, successful women, I think it's just perfectly okay. And actually, I wouldn't be against someone. I wouldn't, look at a woman differently if she asked a man out. I just wouldn't. It really depends on the circumstances. I'm not saying run behind him or anything, but like I told you, my ex fiance, certainly, I mean, I knew he was interested in me because he was following me around all night, staring at me all night. And his friend actually approached me, his friend Drew. And I didn't really want to talk to Drew. So I finally spoke to John. And, a few years later, we were engaged, had a beautiful home and all of that. I ended
So
up
you said
calling it
hello.
off for
So when did the phone number situation come about?
that night. We exchanged numbers because he was in town visiting. And he was like, well, I'll be here for another 3 or 4 days. Was wondering if we could maybe get together. I was like, yeah, I'll give you my number. And I remember I was like, I'll give you my number. So I really don't have a problem with that. I think we got to come, we as women, like, let's not be so uptight. The Gen Xers, come on, y'all. Come on now. Come on. Where are my millennials at? Where y'all at? Speak up. Let's tell these Gen Xers, and I'm a Gen Xer, but I do believe in I'm going to try what Nadia is serving up. And I really don't have a problem with it at all. I really, truly don't.
See, I would have missed out on him because I wouldn't have offered my number. I
Well,
would have missed
exactly.
out. I would
Yeah.
have
And
missed out. No, I think that's interesting though. Like I said, I think that's interesting that she isn't. I don't think she's encouraging people to ask for the number, but just to make yourself more available, smile, put yourself out there, say hello. Like, I'm down with all that. I'm friendly in that way, so I would do that. But when it comes down to the asking for the number, that part I wouldn't do. Are you
am I
reading
that?
comments?
Well, yeah, because Darian, I'm talking about tell Mel B to turn up the lights. Why don't you come up here? Alexa, turn the light to 50%.
She said, "Why, Darian? Why don't you come on and join us?"
He's not going to come on. I'm just messing with him. But like, seriously, hold on.
Darian is so funny. Oh, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Okay,
Is that good enough for you, Darian?
so Posh says no romance without finance. No one. Okay, we read that. I reread that. Great actions. I love the comedy show suggestion. Okay, yeah, that's a comedy show. Go into that. So you're saying what I'm saying. The conversation can naturally lead to a phone number exchange organically. Yeah, but somebody has to be the first one to say it. It's not going to be Downsizing Diva. I'm telling you.
That's
I'm just
funny.
going to miss out. I will engage in conversations. Yes, I think that's good. I think being social is good. And I'm a good wing person too. Like, if I went out with Mel and she saw somebody she was interested in, I'm going, and she wanted to, me to get things going, I would go over and say, hey, how are you? Are you single? And talk it. But I still think it's up to him to come up to her after that.
For you, I don't think there's a book, and I don't think there's a rule. I think it depends.
No, it's not a rule. I'm just saying what I feel comfortable doing. Yeah, I know women pursue and go up to guys or
Oh, no, 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 no.
initiate.
Pursue is different though, Dee Dee. Pursue is pursue. Introducing yourself to someone, being
I'll do that.
friendly.
I'll introduce. I can introduce, but that's what I'm saying. So somebody has to say that next thing, how we're going to see each other again. I'm just saying that probably won't be me.
Yeah. Okay. To each
That's
his
what I'm
own.
saying.
I'm not saying, put it this way, I'm not saying it will or won't be me because it has not determined success of relationships in my past. Put it that way.
I love that. I love that. That's what I said. I'll probably be at your wedding before you're at mine because I'm not
I
doing it.
mean, I don't know, girl. I don't know. We
I
got to
love
see.
it. Okay, so what are people saying? Let's see. Margie says she's going to engage in the conversations. Okay, or you can have the conversation and find out that they are not interested or there's no connection, and you move on to the next. On to the next one. I love that. I heard that the retirement homes were the best. Not for Mel and I. We're not. We're too much for the retirement homes.
Yeah.
Next.
Uh-uh.
She don't entertain him, Delilah.
Don't
Sorry,
encourage him.
Miriam. Dee Dee, remember about 4 months ago when he was trying to hook up with me with the broke teeth? Yes, I do. No, Darian, we can't do that. If a man gets to be 50 plus with no financial stability or abundance, what the hell has he been doing for the that
Thank you,
yeah,
Davina.
that's what I said.
Exactly.
What has he been doing for all this time? I can see, what I hear a lot at this age is he's been divorced, right? Sometimes, some people on here said they've been divorced and married 2 or 3 times. Well, some men have too. So I can see where, you know, you've been taken through the financial ringer if you've been divorced 2 or 3 times. But other than that, maybe you got a bunch of kids, you're paying child support. Now, when I say a bunch, I mean 3, 4 kids.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I can see that. But other than that, what else is it? You're not on your grind, and that's not a good sign. Bev, he also on parole in the halfway. I come to the realization that I wouldn't be on any of y'all lists. Hashtag reality check. Need a sponsor. Let me hold to. Dear, that is not true. Our list is mine is if you don't meet these top 5,
If
Darian,
you
what are you need to come on here
right.
so we can have a consultation. I got somebody that can talk to me in specific.
This is like bare minimum.
A strong relationship with God, Darian. I feel like that's you. Now, I don't know if you love children or not. I don't know. Are you consistent or reliable? Well, you're consistently in the bushes, so I'm going to give you that. Financially stable, I don't know. Integrity and honesty, you seem to have that. So I don't know. Financially stable, you seem like you are to me, but I don't know. The only thing I wouldn't know for sure is if you love children or not. So that would be something I would have to find out. So yeah, you're not. My list is not off limits to you. But if you're
That's right.
if you're saying you're below average as far as a earner, I would love to know what that means.
Yeah. And if you are below average, then that just would mean we're not equally yoked. Like, I need somebody well, you could be below average with your earnings, but that doesn't mean that you're not stable financially and able to take care of yourself and help with the household. Like, that's bare minimum. Come on now. Even if you made, like, let's say you made 100,000 a year, even though you only make 100,000, that doesn't mean that,
Let's not use 100,000. Can we go with 60?
okay, 60.
You know what? A lot of people aren't making 100 grand. 100 grand is considered up there, right? What's that? What do you call that number when it's uh when it's up be past the when it goes into the 6 figures, right? A lot of people aren't making 6 figures. That would be a 6 figure salary. So let's say 60 to
Okay.
75,000. That's like
Okay.
I consider that like middle class, mid range. So, and I think that's a nice salary for somebody if you're trying to, contribute to a household.
It's more about the retirement. Have you planned? Are you prepared for medical emergencies and things like that? For me, that's what it's about. Not so you can buy me a new purse, It's not about that.
Well, Bev says she's clutching her pearls over there. She says she wish she would ask a man for his phone number. Oh no, she's clutching those pearls. Pasha's married, but she said, if I were
It's,
single, Lord help us all. Yes, 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 yes. It's hard out here. Tell Mel
yes.
to turn up the lights. Mel turned up the lights. Alexa, lights to 75.
But
Mel, he's on you. Just
on
because he looks nice, you may think you want the number until he opens his mouth. Twin. Yes, yes, yes. So having a casual
yes.
conversation helps to weed that initial, do I want any further convo over the phone? Yes, I agree. I agree. So I'm not talking about, though, the initial talk. I can see talking to somebody initially, but I'm saying is when you're taking it to the next level, I don't know if I'm even approaching first, though. I would have to be in a certain situation. I can't say, but I definitely, if it comes to, because I have been in situations like that where, you had a nice conversation and he didn't say, what's your number? To me, that tells me he's probably,
Oh, that's different.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that's not
not.
even.
So that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. How do you know that if you pursue him? Because some men might think, oh, I like the way she looks, even though I'm
pursue.
with
There's
somebody. Even though I'm
there's
with
that word
somebody,
pursue.
I'm gonna still give her my number or accept her number. I guess I don't know.
There's that word pursue. Going talking to a man at a lounge or wherever you are at a house party is not
Pursuing,
pursuing that. Like
right?
that's not. Now, if the man, like my ex, was like, "Hey, I'll be in town for another 4 days. I would love for us to get together, maybe take you to
Okay, now
dinner."
that's
I'm
saying
like,
that's a signal that he's,
and I
yeah.
and then me offering my number,
Okay, yes,
perfect. Like,
okay. That's good. I think I like
is that?
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
thank you.
he stuck the olive branch out, right? He in essence made the first move. He said, that's what I said. It has to be some kind of signal that he wants to continue it, not just you initiating it. So that is perfect. I think that's within what I was talking about. And Coach Nadia would give you a 5 stars.
Hopefully.
And somebody said, no thanks, Darium, you are a mess. Not all men. Some men want to be approached too. Oh, yeah, I'm sure men do want to be approached. Not to be pursued, but a pleasant, warm smile spoken to also. Have an
Yes.
approachable person. Yes, and I've been saying that to a lot of these women
Smile, please.
since we first started these Friday Night Lives. You got to smile and be inviting. Yeah, I know some beautiful girls who cannot get approached, and that's because they mean mug. And I remember one particular lady on here. You can't see her profile pic, but I've seen her. She sent me pictures of herself. She is beautiful, but she says she mean mugs, and so she doesn't really get approached. And I mean, you just got to put that smile, because what guy is going to want that? He's going to be thinking, man, it's going to be hard to make her happy. It's going to be hard to get her to smile. I can see how that would be in a man's
Yep.
mind, no matter how beautiful you are, a challenge. Darian
Yeah.
out here talking. Thank you for that, Miss Linda. Joe said, I'm Gen X and I go get what I want.
There you go. Bloop. There you go, Joe.
All right, Joe. Okay, I'm definitely old school, but not so old school that I don't know what time it is. All right, Miss Linda. She said, change a little with the time. That's comfortable for you. I agree. I agree. I agree. I'm still a little bit more old school than Mel. I met my ex at a restaurant. He approached the table. Me and my girlfriends were sitting at, paid our bill, gave me his business card. I waited 2 weeks to call, kept him on his toes. Okay, all right. How about that? She said, men need to assert themselves. Yes, yes, yes. Me too. I'm a great wing person. Yeah, I wing it all day long. For me, Davinia, that behavior is a massive turnoff. I'd be pissed off. You can't articulate why. Yeah, I can't
Mm.
articulate why. So if somebody paid your bill at a restaurant gave you their business card and told them to call you, that would turn you off? That would
That's interesting. You see how different people's their view, how they see things,
that
and that's
would
based on
intrigue
experience.
me. That would intrigue me.
See, it wouldn't. I'm not going to say it would intrigue me. It's happened a lot. I've been in that situation a lot where people have paid my bill and come over and been kind. So it's almost like I could see Joe's point of view. It's like almost like, oh, just because I paid your bill. Like, I'm like, bravo. But that being said, I also see Davina's point, and I see what she was trying to express.
Right,
But
right.
I see Joe's point though. I really do.
Yes, yes, yes. And Joe's like, but she likes to pursue, so I can also appreciate that. Joe, maybe because it feels showy and flashy, but not genuine.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
but that's what a lot of especially guys, business guys, because they have that business card. That's what they do. They buy you a drink, they send drinks over, and they keep it moving. Sometimes they don't even try to talk to you. They just pay your bill. They'll pay your bill. They'll send things over. I've had a guy at the casino give me like he gave me his little ticket. You know how you get the ticket with the money on there? And I got this ticket. I was in Atlantic City. I was actually in Atlantic City, and I got this ticket. And I want to say that ticket it wasn't $1,000, but it was close. That man was not trying to talk to me or anything. He gave it to me. He checked on me to see if I made any money from it, and that was it. I saw him in the casino, over the course of the weekend. He said hello and stuff, but he wasn't trying to like get my phone number or anything. So men could just be
Yeah.
doing stuff too to be. There's some men are just nice, especially the ones that got it like that. They're just kind of nice like that. But some people would have been turned off by that, I guess. I was like, "Do you got another ticket?" That's what I was thinking. So sweet though, very sweet. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out where I left off at. Mel said only 100. That's why I said Mel. Bring it down to like middle class.
Thought that was. Sorry.
Darian says only 100K, six-figure man.
Come on, y'all. Come on, guys. Stop. Cut it out.
I knew they were going to see that and be like, what in the world? Okay, let's see. What did I skip down? See, this is what happens, Mel. Where did I leave off? It'll like go down. So we had Davinia.
No, you got him.
Um,
Although I didn't see Darium's I'm a broke liar with a cadre of inmates looking for love. I don't think you said
Darian was
that. Did you skip
joking.
that?
Yeah, I just put it up there. I just saw that. Okay. Geez,
Oh, okay.
Louise. Oh, so Joe, Davina is curious. Why does this bother you? Davina says, why does this bother you? Let's see. It's Joe's sleep and slim down journey. It's a cultural thing, possibly to give context. He's not American. Joe says she's from the UK. Joe's he's an Eastern European man. Okay, all right. So do you guys still keep in touch? Davina. Davina, amen, girl. What have you been doing? Let's call him a scrub. And then here's with that. If she was looking for someone that matched her 60K, wouldn't be. If she was looking for someone that matched her 60K, wouldn't be it. Okay, okay. No, but I was trying to put the example in context so people wouldn't be so thrown off by that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
trying to make it more middle class because, yeah, I
Aisha?
understand that Mel B lives in South Florida, so 100K is living in the hood. He would
Oh,
have to make more. He would
Darian.
not have to make more money than me, but he has to bring something to the table. Love has not paid one bill. I love
Okay.
that. I
That
just thought about
right
this.
there.
How can he schedule morning text if you don't give him your number?
Well, that's later. That's later in the game. It's not a
She
game,
said
but
that's later. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Davinia, I think I'd be pissed if some random guy broke up my girl's lunch date and felt that he could hijack it to make himself look like something special. Okay, like so that's what Mel was saying. It's almost like, he yeah, like he put, or maybe it was somebody else in the chat, like he's putting the spotlight kind of on him too. Bellflower, I had a man
Yeah.
trying to get at me, and he was so fun to look at. One of those men that turn your head and all, but he was a box of rocks. He had no clue in life. No, sir. Thank you. Joe said he could buy me something special if he knew me, but stepping in like screams, I'm the big man I am. No thanks. Yeah, I can see that, how that would be a turnoff.
It's funny
Yeah.
how different people have such different viewpoints of things, how you see things,
Mhm.
and it's all based on experience, really, right? On
Yeah.
personal experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say if he don't have enough money to buy a phone, Darian. Well, geez, Louise. Okay, come on now. All right. Joe, that's not how it went. It was subtle, and he walked over after the waitress said our dinner is taken care of. Okay, okay. Yeah, see, I think that's a nice gesture. I think that's a
Yeah,
nice
it's
gesture.
sweet.
She said, same, Joe. Okay, you feel the same way? Taisha, him breaking up your lunch dinner. Pursuing would mean you chasing down, being forward, and asking for a number or a date straight up. To have a conversation and see what's up is different. If you like him after the talk, he doesn't ask, then he's not your person.
And he is not the
Yes,
person.
I think
Absolutely.
so. He's not. Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree. 2 weeks before a callback, I would be like, "Who this?" I should say I would have to approach the conversation. Okay, all right. Could it mean
I'm
that men
approached.
are leading with their money? Yeah, men that have money do lead with that. I think men that have looks lead with that. I think some women who have looks lead with that. I think that's okay. But don't people go to their strengths in everything in life? Most people do. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think they do, and I think that's okay. Don't be a hater. Smart move, Darian. Smart move. Mel, my husband and I started planning at age 35 for our retirement life. Looking back from my 69-year-old self, I'm so thankful for the decisions we made. We are now retiring, living our best lives. Very good. That is so awesome.
I love it. Living the dream, Miss Linda.
I know. No, I like to be pursued, but I'm not going to wait if he's not ready to make his move. Okay. All right. Very good. I like that. I like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
When I lived in Rio, a man gave me a bucket of quarters. Yes, I'm that. Oh, I threw it in my backpack. Yes, I was that young. And when I got home, I counted it, and it was like $600 for a 16-year-old. That is a ton. Yes, that is. That is. Very good. Okay.
That's kind of weird too.
Yeah, he picked a random
A
16-year-old.
16-year-old girl.
Linda,
Yeah.
that is so amazing. I know, Miss Linda. Her and her husband have it going on. I think a lot of people are
It
still
is.
gamey, and it's wow, which is why these conversations are so interesting. Yes, that's
Yes.
true. That's true. That's true.
That's
Yeah,
very
I
true.
think I think at this point, like I said, at this point at 52, I don't think we're saying we're looking for, and I'll speak for myself. I'm not looking for like the looks of it all necessarily, but you got to be attracted because that's like the first thing.
Right.
And I'm not looking for somebody that makes six figures necessarily, but I am looking for somebody that knows how to handle that 60 to 75, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're
Yes.
responsible with that because, I'm not somebody who's relying on that because I have also something to offer. So I think that that's a thing. I think, and let's just say, I love diversity of thought, and I think however people operate in the world is based off their childhood and their life experience. And so if I'm used to a man being a provider, of course that's what I'm going to be looking for. That doesn't mean exclusive though. Remember, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. And then she eventually got a job. And I still say to this day, once she got that job, that changed their relationship. They ended up divorced. And that's why I have a fabulous stepdad right now because of that. And I think her working outside the home, it changed the dynamics of the relationship. She had her own money. She was, had met friends. She was more social. She didn't have dinner
Hmm.
ready, like she used to, because now she's working and tired. So there was a lot of dynamics going on in that situation. So I see both sides. I think a lot of times we get pegged wrong as though like the financial thing. Like I think even Darian, in my top 5, he focused on the finance of it all, as opposed to having a strong relationship with God, loving children. All those personality traits have nothing to
So,
do with how somebody looks. It just doesn't, and it has nothing to
and
do with
Didi,
their finances. But I got to put that in there because that's necessary at my age.
right. And Didi, I completely agree with you on that. And I think that I have seen women who have literally ruined themselves financially, and not because the man was necessarily trying to get something from them, but he did not have savings. He did not have retirement, a pension, a 401k, and all of a sudden he gets sick. And then the next thing you know, you're paying his medical bills, and then you're in debt. And now you're 80 something years old, living in a studio apartment with cold floors and no blinds. Like, I don't know. It just,
Yes. No,
it's like, I don't know, it's just, it's not a good look. So I think that's why financial stability is very important. It's irresponsible to get with somebody who is not responsible. It's irresponsible as a woman, or a man for that matter. So, yeah, I agree
yeah,
with you.
because this is all we're focusing on the women, but the same thing with a man. If you're taking
Yes.
care of a woman can mess up. Men know that a woman could come along. You can have it going on so tough. She can mess up those finances. So anybody that's financially irresponsible can do damage to the other person. Let's just be honest. We're not trying to be politically correct. We're trying to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's see. And I love Miss Linda's and so Bellflower has also been married and with her husband a long time. And you grow with people, but the person has to be like-minded in order for you to grow with them. They do, because otherwise you grow apart. So the fact that you could grow together was a great match. She says, I think a lot of people skip
Yes.
gaming. Okay, very good. He was weird, but hey, I knew my bus was about, oh, okay. The guy that gave you the money. True. Leading with
Oh,
what you got does make sense. Leading with what you've got does make sense. Yeah, like your strength, right? That's so his strength was probably money. It's like, women that have nice bodies and nice shapes, they lead with that, right? People who can sing might lead with that. Whatever somebody has going on, that's what they lead with. Yes, Miss Linda is
yeah.
hashtag couple goals. Thanks, everyone. But we had great examples from our parents. We never wanted to struggle unnecessarily. We wanted to be able to enjoy life as with less stress as possible. We lived on a budget. Very good. And it paid off. And I love that. I love that you like-minded people can do great things. That just goes to show, proves our point. This is true. This is why I
Yes.
spent years learning how to invest. Anything I've received from a man financially has been multiplied. Okay, very good. Very good. I love that.
Love that. Love that. Yeah.
This is a great conversation. This might be over Turtle Diary.
Clarissa.
This might be an overgeneralization, but I think if you're looking for someone who's financially stable, looks, especially race, can't be an issue. Yes,
Agreed.
right. You
That's
got to be
true.
more open-minded. You got to be open to the race. So let me ask that question. That begs to ask the question, Turtle Diaries. Would you date outside of your race? In the chat, who's going to share that? Yes or no? Would you be willing to date out of your race? What do you guys think? Put your answer in the chat. Mel, do you want to answer that?
Yes, I would. I would date outside my race. Yes, I would. I've
Okay.
changed. I've gone out on some dates with white men. I tend to prefer like more like Italian. I've dated Latin men. That's nothing new. But yeah, the white man would have to his the he'd have to be swagalicious for sure. Like, I don't know. Yes, I would. I am open to dating outside of my race. Yes, I am. I'll leave it
And
at that.
I am too. I'm more open to it the older I get. But I did date someone that was um
Caucasian?
I've never dated someone that was Caucasian though, but I did have a crush on somebody that was in high school, and we just never. I don't know why we just never got together. I think he dated one of my friends, and that's why I never dated him. But he was
Mm,
fine. He was like a young Brad Pitt. So I have
girl.
dated somebody
Okay.
Hispanic. Let me see who did I. What else? I think that's it. I other than that, they've been um, dark chocolate or milk chocolate. Or what do you call that, white chocolate, like the chocolate though. So yeah, but I think as you get older, you know, your mind opens more to the possibility of that. But yeah, yeah, so that's good. Okay, what are you guys saying? Would you guys date outside your race? Sweet Tea is saying, hey from the bushes, simply Taisha. Oh yeah, we
Thank
know
you.
you
Okay.
will, Taisha. Bellflower says no, she would not. Okay, all right. It's a new day. Say yes, you have before. Yes, I am now, but I had to change and evolve. And we got the founder of the United Nations up in here. Davina. No, I prefer chocolate. Yes, yes, yes. I have never had, but I'm willing. I'd be willing to try. Okay. Oh, sweet tea, you were missed. I go where I'm appreciated. He could be any race. Well, that's a word right there, isn't it? That is a word. Let's see. What are you saying? Come on, Brad Pitt. I agree with Mel. A little swag
Okay.
is needed. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, Brad Pitt. Girl,
Come on, young
people.
Brad.
Um, okay, she said, what is that, man? What is that mispronunciation?
Abso flippin'. It's abso flippin'
Absolutely,
lutely.
absolutely. Birthday twin. What are you saying? Yes, I date
Yes.
outside my race. You usually do, Jamie says. Okay, all right, very good. And so I think you
Yes.
kind of, I think for me, I just kind of have to be open to that, you know? So Jamie, okay,
Yeah.
very good. Dating outside your race. There's a lot of dating outside the races going on. You
Yes.
know,
I've been. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I know they're
Sorry about
trying
that.
to, no, I was gonna say, I know we're trying to take it back, you know, take America back to the back in the day, but it's never gonna go back, especially for people dating outside of their race. So once you go out of your race, you're not going back.
Right. And sometimes in the algorithm, literally for some reason is sending me all of these white males and black women couples. Like I get, and it's just very rampant. And I think that's good. I think it's good.
That's because they're
But
living the soft life. You got the soft life. Your algorithm.
I know, yes, that's probably why, because of that one doggone girl that I follow. Lord. No, I'm joking. I'm
That is
joking.
too funny. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, you know, before you would rarely see, you know, the black woman and the white man. You would always see it reverse, the black woman and the white. Now it's these black women
It's
are
very,
outside of their race now. They're like, oh no, 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 you won't. We'll do
that's
it. We'll
right.
date outside of our race. You know, I think love, if wherever you find love, you take it. Wherever you find, you know, harmony in your home, somebody who loves you for you, you take it. There was a trend online called the black wife effect.
Yes,
Black women are swagifying their white husbands. Is that a
I've
thing?
seen it. It comes and there's these shorts that she's talking about. I think I follow them. It is, yeah, it's called the black wife effect. And they have the man before, they show a picture of him,
Oh, I've seen
wear
that
color
too. That's
skirts,
right. I didn't
wear
know it was
color.
called that. It's
Yeah,
this
and
one
then
man. Well, let me tell. I got well, okay. I'm gonna have to find this, but it was this one man, and he makes TikTok videos. He's a white guy. He dances to all this back in the day songs, like the Motown songs, like the OJ's and all that. And when I tell you, this guy got swag. He looks so good. When I first saw him, I had to do a triple take. This man,
you
and I mean,
almost tripped.
he got the moves. What is this? He is. When I tell you, he is a fine man. I mean, geez, Louise, I don't even have to put a brace on it. He just fine, fine, fine. And I just was looking at him. I said, let me stop looking at this man. He's single. I'm sure he's not anymore though. He started making those videos because the more I tuned in, you could see he got so many
I
more
wonder,
followers.
is
I have to show. I have to find it
he's
because
from
I'm not
another
on TikTok.
country, right? He's from another
No,
country?
well, I don't think so. I think he's from here.
Oh, okay. Because I
That's
thought
what
I
he
knew
just.
you.
That's what
He's
he
like,
just does. He dances into the, and he sings the songs and he does the little moves.
oh
He
no, oh no,
definitely
no,
has
no, no.
swag.
That's a
Yeah,
bit much. But
but I mean,
okay.
he does it
Want a
in a
man
way that
dancing
it
and
looks
singing.
so. No, but it's like he's
Sing,
smooth with it. He's like I'm trying to think
send me that.
who does he remind me of? He's
Send
like
that to me.
he reminds you of a almost reminds you of like Smokey Robinson back in his day. Smokey Robinson, he was so
Oh,
smooth with it. Like, I love you
yes.
and we're cruising together. Like he's smooth like that. I gotta find it. I don't know. I haven't been on there in so long, and so it's not coming up in my feed anymore. But yeah, when he used to come on there, I'd be stuck on that for about a good 30 minutes looking at his videos. A little swag. Okay, people are saying a little swag is needed. Okay, let's see. Dee, you telling me he wasn't feeling your salt and pepper Mexico vibe?
Not the salt and pepper asymmetrical
Yes,
vibe.
salt and pepper's here. Dun, 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 dun. That is too funny. You got a good memory too, Joe. Yes, Davinia, anyone with me is getting an upgrade. That's right. That's right. All right, all
That's
right.
right.
We got to give you some confetti on that. That confidence is a winner. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, sweetie. I can see the Mel B dating a great count or chic to give her the soft life and swoon her to new heights. Oh, Mel to the B. We're gonna get you a count. She's gonna be
Darian
counting.
needs to be a writer. He needs to be a writer, literally,
Darian,
because
we
he
want
is.
to know why won't you come on a live? What is going on? We want to know. I don't want to pressure you, but I just want to know your reason. There's a trend of two white men. One is married to a Mexican and the other one is married to a white woman. They compare their lunches every day. It makes me laugh so hard every time I see them. What? Jeez, Louise, is this on TikTok? Oh my, not a trend. Not a
Oh my
trend.
gosh,
It's
excuse
on a
me.
channel, you said. Okay, all right. Jeez, Louise. All right. Yeah, that is so funny. So that's really feeding into the stereotype of it all, isn't it? All right. Is
That's
Darian
funny.
answering us, or is he like, did he run back in the bushes and hide out?
In the bushes.
Darian
Oh, there
gives
he is.
Mel B the business. You need to come on here and have a face to face. I would do a Zoom call or a FaceTime chat, but I don't want to be on the internet. Okay, so you know what? Get off of Darian's back.
That's
I
fair.
can relate to him. I love that, Darian. So you tell them to see Downsize a Diva if people asking you to come on lives from here on out. You didn't cleared it up, and I get it.
Darian probably works for the federal
I
government
don't
or one
even
of the agencies. He
know.
is the quant.
Darian. Darian is not playing around. Darian was like, oh no. Okay, all right. All right. Do you guys have any questions for the beautiful Mel B or for me about dating? We've been on here almost we gotta close it
Oh,
out. How we close out?
1920.
Yeah, we've been on here for almost 3 hours. We gotta close it out with some successes, some wins. What do you guys winning? Joe, her birthday is Monday like mine. So Joe, what are you doing on your birthday? What are you doing? Tell us anything you're celebrating. I think you're down over 50 pounds now. Anybody else celebrating something
Congrats.
in the chat? Let's see. He said one man made chicken ball with rice beans, homemade tortillas, and the other had a single hot dog rolled in a corn tortilla and a single goldfish cracker. What? Who is packing that for a lunch? Jeez, Louise. Mel, what is up with that? Anybody celebrating any wins? Mel, do you have any wins for the week? What are your wins for the week?
Feeling better from the COVID. I don't want to get blocked or whatever, struck or whatever they call it. And just getting back into my normal routine, hitting it hard and productive at work and just happy, just living
Just living
life.
your best
Just
life. I love that. Very good. Very good. All right, all right, love it. Okay, and so let's see what other what we had another win in here. Limitless living with Shanta. How are you? I love that little heel kicked up in that pic. That gets me every time. I celebrated mine this past Monday in the DR in a two-piece. Two-piece. She dropped the two-piece on them. Jeez, Louise. And you had it on the whole time. Did you have on a cover up? I love that for you. I got to give you some confetti. I'm going to give everybody some confetti at the end, but being rocking the two piece, come on now. That's my worst nightmare.
good
So
for
I
you.
love that for her.
Absolutely. That's
Oh,
great.
Simply Taisha, it's simply amazing. She started strength training with a personal trainer, and I'm resuming yoga. I call it yogi. I call it yogi. You're doing some yogi
Yep.
tomorrow. Love it. Okay, very good. So I can see you being all zen with your legs crossed, your leg up, your leg down. You're turning it all around with that yoga. All right, very good. People are saying happy birthday to my birthday twin up in here. Haha, Davinia. I looked up Quaz Mills. I didn't know who he was, but he has a book titled I Got Both My Homeboys Pregnant. What? Look
You
at
know
Mel.
what?
Look at Mel's face.
I'm like,
Oh,
what?
we gotta we gotta check that book out.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Mel, what is wrong with you? Jeez, Louise. Dee family, I love this conversation and the different viewpoints. It's 4:30 a.m. and I need to get to a barbecue tomorrow. Have a fantastic weekend, folks.
So,
Joe, thank
bye.
you for staying up this long with us. You are awesome. Happy early birthday. Jeez,
Yeah. Happy
Louise.
birthday.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to be celebrating my birthday next Wednesday. What's that date? The 23rd. So come on next Wednesday and chop it up with me. That's so good. Simply Taisha, we're glad you're taking it to a new level. Thank you. She said for the
Yes.
wishes. Okay, I was wondering about my girl Bev. Bev, her win is Bev. She's been struggling since she came on her Zepbound journey. Remember, she went from Wegovy to Zepbound. She lost 1.8 pounds and being grateful for this journey. Let's give her some confetti. Bev, yay! Woohoo! I love that, Bev. Looking fabulous with the new profile pic, as always. She's
Always.
always looking good. No cover up. No cover up. Oh my
All right.
gosh. I love that. 54th birthday, truly limitless. Well, I will say that. Limitless living with Shanta. You did that, girl. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. You got to come back, Doris, next Wednesday and celebrate my birthday with me. Let's see. I got 2 birthday barbecues to attend. How about you, birthday twin? What do you have planned? Well, I have a lunch date on my birthday, and then I have a dinner planned with my family on my birthday. And I'm not really doing anything. I just had um something earlier this week, and so I'm just chilling out. I'm not going anywhere fancy. But remember, I'm going to Texas here coming soon. So I plan to celebrate my birthday, really celebrate it there. This ain't Texas. Woo, ain't no hold down. And I got my hat now. Drive me on Lexus. Something with your keys up. My daughter knows this song more than I do. Yeah, okay. We have our boots on the ground. Let's see. Thank you, Doris. She said happy birthday. Mail guy. Didn't she? Nicole, you caught that too. Go ahead,
No.
Beverly Garner. Yes. Love it, limitless. Happy belated birthday. Yes, let's give her. That's right. I'm sorry, I passed that up. Where is limitless? Okay, here we
Yes.
go. Happy birthday. Dun, 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 dun. Happy birthday to you. That's all I'll say because we might get dinged for that. Happy birthday. That is so cool.
Not
Love it, love it, love it. 54. We had I was looking on that live, looking at the replay from, when was that, Mail? Wednesday? Was that Wednesday? Let me take this.
um Yeah.
The last live was Wednesday, right? I was looking at the replay from Wednesday, and we have so many fabulous women in their 50s and 60s that you would not even think
I
that they
know.
were in
The
their
70s.
70s. I mean, I just was amazed. I was so excited about that. That just warmed my heart. I just pumped me up to have more energy. All right,
Nice.
let's see. What else are we doing? Wow, David is smoking a brisket right now. You'll be ready to bring it in at 3:30 a.m. You're going to be up to 3:30 a.m. Jeez Louise. What time is the party on Wednesday? 8:30. So at 8:30, I'm gonna post something probably on my community tab. And since the people in here are kind of like the regulars that come in on the channel, what I plan to do is I plan to play like a little interactive kind of game. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you're gonna need to push something on the phone, like on the phone or the iPad, because I'm gonna try to have a giveaway. So whoever wins is gonna get a prize. So I want it to be more accurate than just putting it in the chat. So we'll try it. Hopefully it works. And yeah, we'll play a fun game. So if you have a phone, you're gonna need a phone or an iPad or internet access. I mean, you could be at a computer or whatever. So go on
Internet
there.
access.
Yeah, like you have to be on the internet. Well, yeah, because you're on the internet. But you know what I'm saying? You have to have a second device that could be on the internet because it's an internet type of a game. So yeah, and so so if you want to play, you can also put your answers in the chat, but it's just going to be harder to keep up with that, but you can still play. You just won't be in the race for the prize type thing, right? Because it's it'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. If it don't work, I'll have a plan B lined up. Let's see. And she's saying, thank you. You are so welcome. Oh my God. Did you read Darium's comment? I think that's for you, Mel. It's at 11,
Yes.
came in at 11:32.
I'm looking at it. I'm like,
Up my lifting this week, hitting the weight room hard. All right, Doris. Very good. We love that. Stepping it
awesome.
up, stepping it up. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I can't wait to tell you guys what I've been doing with my diet and all of that on Sunday. Yeah, it's been interesting. So yeah, I'll have my little weight loss update next week. So all right, well, that takes us out of here. Let's see, when we go down, did anybody have anything else? All right, so Mel B, thank you for joining me. We had a blast. Mel and I
yeah.
have some other things coming up here. It's like some collabs going on. So you will be seeing Mel again, the beautiful Mel to the B. We can't get her to be a content creator, so she's going to be on here
Well, thank you.
sharing her journey with everything she's doing. And with that, we're going to have Posh take us out of here with a good night. Have a safe weekend. Thank you for stopping in. This was a blast. I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.